What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? We're back with episode 118 of Life is Strange. I'm your host, Show, aka Shogun. Today is Crispy, and we got the Jedi back. Brendan!
Thank you. Roll out the red carpet, please.
I tried to give a good drum roll. I tried my best.
You did. That was your best was more than enough.
We got Brendan back, y'all.
I appreciate it.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yup. Shit. We just jumping right into this shit, bro. Brendan, how you been? What's up? We missed you.
I've been all right. Things could be better. My dad took a fall, broke his leg, and had to deal with some knee replacement surgery and recovery. But he's back home and doing very good. So all is good now. But it's been a hectic 6 weeks. So been dealing with that, and regular work bullshit and being home and just being at the rehab and being here. So life's been very busy, but I'm glad it's slowing down a bit now.
It takes a special kind of person to come out the other side of that with your mood the same, everything the same, man. You ain't never changed, so it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just for context, because it may not make sense, my dad has Alzheimer's also, and that's kind of like just for context, because people might think, hey, why does he need to attend to his father if he's for 6 weeks if he's like just broke his leg, you know what I mean? So
there's a lot that comes with that.
Exactly. So
for real, man.
Anyway, I'm happy to be back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. As inadequate as we were probably as a duo, because we need all three of us, we held it down, but definitely missed bouncing ideas off of each other in a three-way little triangle here. So
exactly. The dynamic,
back, brother.
The flow of the show.
I had to throw the no Diddy because you said three-way, bro. Just no Diddy, bro.
The amount of no Diddy shit that has been happening is everywhere, bro. I'll be looking through random Twitter shits and just out of nowhere, someone just go like, "Hey, yo, bro, no Diddy." I'm like, "Yo, goddamn."
Wait, what time out? Like real quick. I don't know if we talked about this on the show before, but like, do you know how sus you gotta be for people to stop saying no homo and replace it with your name, bro?
Yeah.
It's been universal too. It wasn't like some people doing it and some people are like, yo, what are you talking about? What is that term? Like even the old heads know the term.
Yeah, well, because it's like it's pretty obvious what
it's generation spanning, man. It's like
exactly. I mean, it's just that it was that big in the news. Like it's insane. I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. You know what I mean? Like I want him to
yeah.
He's gonna take a while. They're gonna have to catch him eventually, right? Like are they looking for him?
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Like people out here thinking that just because he's chilling with his daughters or some shit, that's just all media shit he doing to save face.
Is he back in the U.S. or is he still abroad?
Yeah,
he never left. Nah, he never left though.
I thought he went to like the Caribbean or something.
Yeah, they thought that he did. He ended up in Miami.
It was his plane. It was his plane that went out there, and no one knows what that plane was doing.
Interesting. Oh, okay. So I've been under the impression that he was like hiding out in like the Caribbean or something.
Yeah, it was like Antigua. It was Antigua. The plane was in Antigua.
Yeah, because it was like whatever had no extradition or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it was just his plane. Apparently, he was in Miami the whole time.
Wonder if there was someone on that plane though.
That's the question. That's the question of the hour right there. Is what were they doing on that plane? Who was on that plane?
Yeah, right.
And yeah, but then his plane was like grounded in Antigua for a few days. I guess until it was like cleared. I think the plane is gone now, but either way, he wasn't on it, so technically they had no grounds to ground the plane.
Yeah.
But it was crazy there for a little bit. I mean, bridges getting torn down by ships. At the same time, the Baltimore Bridge going down. People's like, "Yo,
yeah,
they're attacking our infrastructure." Y'all remember, Leave the World Behind? Like, yeah. They said, "Yo, the name of the ship was White Lion," and then I think the ship that crashed into the Baltimore Bridge was from a country where the flag was a white lion. I forgot what country it was.
Wait, tell me, that's a real country has that?
It's like on the flag, it's like a lion on the flag. And then the ship from Leave the World Behind that crashed into the shore was called the White Lion.
I thought it was Taiwan.
tinfoil hats and shit. People really just trying to connect everything, but I guess nothing came of that because we're still here, so as Y2K as it gets, I guess.
You know what's funny? I looked up white line flag to see like what country it is. Why Detroit Lions pulled up?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wait, would it happen to be red? Like that country's flag, was it red?
Yeah, maybe it's a lion on it. What country is it? I'll remember it once you say it.
I'm trying to see. I just see a flag where it's like a white line, but it's red and all red background. But let me see. Fiji. It says and Sri Lanka.
Yeah, it's Sri Lankan. It's a Sri Lankan ship.
Nah, but it's yellow though. Like when you look at
it's not. Yeah, it's not a white line.
It was headed for Sri Lanka. I'm trying to find where it's from though.
Huh?
Oh, it was a Singapore ship.
Oh snap! Wait, tinfoil hats on. This is connected to the TikTok ban. Came from Singapore. Nah, imagine started making some crazy theories.
Yeah.
Yo.
But damn. So what's up, y'all? Weekends? How you been doing?
Oh.
I know, Chris, you got some news. I don't know if you want to share it or not.
Yeah, I'll share it. Why not? I'll share it to the masses. It's not like I can hide it anymore. No, I'm playing. Baby number 2 was born on Monday, April 16th. No, Tuesday, April 16th at 3:35 in the morning.
Woo! Congrats.
Yep,
Thanks,
congrats.
bros. Thank you. Yep. Clap it up. We really need some effects on the show, man. We gotta get you. I gotta get you a soundboard. That's what I'm gonna do.
Listen,
when is your birthday?
I'm gonna take a bar from Arsenal from Battle Rap. My shit is real. My shit is raw. My shit is authentic.
Hey, yo, no Diddy, bro. No Diddy. Hey, yo.
Yeah, hold on, wait. This is before no Diddy though. This is Arsenal.
I feel like Kevin Hart in the room.
Nah, that clip, y'all seen that clip where with Kevin Hart, Usher, and whoa,
you ain't seen it?
Whoa, no,
you ain't seen the clip with Kevin Hart in P Diddy's room. They're doing the interview, and the camera pans to the side. Diddy got a dildo on the bed, and then
stop.
Kevin
Stop. That's not real, bro.
No, bro. I don't even want to be associated with the bed. Move the camera
that's not
here.
real, bro.
Yo,
there's no way that happened. There's no way that happened, bro.
It was a comedy skit. It was like a comedy skit with Kevin Hart.
All right. I thought you meant it was a real. I thought you meant it was like a real video. I was like, nah, stop. That's too much now.
No, it is a real video with Diddy and Kevin Hart, but it's an old video, and it just so happens that with all this shit going on, people are pulling up all these old videos of Diddy and be like, yo, this shit was in front of our eyes the whole time.
Yep.
But as far as soundboard though, nah. I actually low-key I have a beat machine here. The issue is I don't think I'll be able to record it through our system that we use because I would have to basically I gotta edit and add it afterward and do a bunch of chop cuts and pastes,
bro.
Pretty much.
No, you don't. I get you a soundboard, bro.
You mean his own separate joint where you press it and it has its own speaker? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Nah, it won't have its own speaker, but it'll just be incorporated. It'll be a sound input that you'll add to this.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. As an aftermath of a mixing, no?
You'll be able to press it live. How do you think people do it on radio shows? When you're on a radio show?
That's what I'm saying. It got to be a separate MIDI with its own thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you won't edit it after. It'll be live.
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I'll get you something like that. You feel me? So when we on the show, something happens, you press the clap button. It's but I get you. That does add a different element to everything. We could just do the real clap and everything like that. It's a little bit.
I mean, now I feel like a bum now, bro.
It's all good, bro. It's authentic. Nobody care. But yeah, bro. So 6 pounds 5 ounces. She was born. Baby girl named Lucia. Born at 37 weeks. So she was full term, but she's early in the full term. Full term is 37 to 39 weeks, and she was born at 37 weeks. So
right at the beginning.
Yeah. So she's considered full term, but she's a little small. That's why she was 6 pounds 5 ounces. She's tall though. She's tall. She's like a long baby.
Would they consider that? My bad. But would they consider that a not a preemie, but
it is technically 2 weeks premature.
Okay.
But they don't necessarily give them that term because full term the babies stop developing at 37 weeks and they just gain weight from there on out.
Mm-hmm.
And like other sensory things, like just kind of like, it's kind of like the polishing process, but it can happen perfectly fine outside of the womb. There are just other factors they got to watch for. Like, for example, jaundice is one of them. It's when this chemical called bilirubin is in the body in high levels and it gives them a yellow tint. Is because their liver or their kidneys, I think at the time, aren't fully capable of filtering everything out of the blood that it's supposed to. So there's this one chemical called bilirubin that just kind of like goes a little bit rampant. And if it's not cleared out, babies could get jaundice, they get really sick and stuff like that, could cause some brain damage if it gets into the brain. Luckily, her levels were fine. She was like at the threshold. She was like 14.2. The threshold is 15 for them to start, worrying and like, really monitoring her. But apparently the cure for it is constant breastfeeding. What do you say? Like that's perfect, right? So yeah. And then now she was going up. She was at like 6.8 at the hospital. The next day she was like 8.2. Then from then on, they didn't check her, I think, until we got to the doctor's office. It was 14.2. And then the next day it was still 14.2. So they said once you go a whole day without any increase and it stays the same, from then on it goes down. And that's because, it's just normal. They're feeding. Most babies that are born at 37, they get to that 13, 14 range and then they drop off. So they just wanted to make sure that happened. And so far it looks like it did happen. And yeah, so she's doing good now. She's eating. She's keeping us up. She won't sleep at night. She sleeps during the day. Not going as smoothly as it did with Leah, but we got a couple weeks to get her into that schedule, Other than that, it's been good. I'm off now for a whole month. Right in time for the playoffs. And yeah, people visiting, and that's it. That's really it. I'm really just up at night, trying to stay up during the day, and turn into a little one. So that's it.
Yep. And also, filming is gonna be dropping soon. Y'all better check it out. That's just been crazy. That Symbiosis is fire.
I haven't done anything for 4 days, so I wasn't expecting Lucia to come out three weeks early.
Right.
But yes, now that we've kind of gotten home already and we got a routine going, I am, as you can see, you guys can't see it, but Johnny and Brendan can. My screen is on the PlayStation right now. I am currently recording, finishing up for the second video, which will cover the end and the cap off to the symbiote arc for Peter and Miles. So it's gonna be an epic one, but a little delayed. It'll be worth it.
All right, as always. Brendan, you were talking about Fallout earlier today. I was saying earlier that I'm kind of 50-50 with game shows, but I trust your opinion. So you want to sell me on it?
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely get your skepticism because, like, I know you had brought up the Halo show by comparison, and I agree that show is absolute trash. It is ass. It is terrible.
God damn.
Like, it is.
People working full-time jobs on this shit.
I know, and they really should rethink their life choices and what led them there.
Yo, what the fuck? Yeah, he back.
It is bad. I really like Fallout though.
I need a shot. Wait up. I need a shot after that shit.
Nah, I'm sorry. I just feel like it's been mad long since you heard him just say, yeah, that shit is.
It feel like Club Shay Shay up in here, man. I don't know. Like Cat Williams on the other side, just spilling truth. Go ahead, my man.
But yeah, so I mean, I like Halo was so bad. Like I watched I think 3 or 4 episodes, and it was just like they were like flaunting the fact that the people who made the show never played the games, and encouraged the actors not to play the games or look into it, and they try to do some weird alternate universe. It's it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And I have Cheeks without his armor half the time.
Yeah, that was I remember. I remember there was like a main fight where like Master Chief wasn't even in his fucking armor. It was like, what the fuck is happening right
it's so stupid. But regardless, Fallout is really good. It is fantastic. It is like it makes sense because it's set like after the event. It's set like I think like 10 years after the events of Fallout 4. So it's like in an area of continuity where like there's none of the games have taken place, so there's no real overlapping. But it like references and like has a lot of like Easter eggs to like previous games, even like New Vegas. So it is just it's very good. It fits very much in like fits very well in the universe. Like a lot of people like when the trailers came out, and I guess because the protagonist was a woman, people thought, oh my god, it's gonna go like woke and be like, you know, a lot of like the shows nowadays that have been very heavy handed with the messaging, and it's not like that at all. Like not even remotely. It's exactly like classic Fallout humor.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, it's very fucked up and like and gruesome and gratuitous, and it's really good. It's very good.
I mean, if you think about it, I gotta give a lot of props to Amazon because they've really changed the game in terms of going out on a limb and trying something new, but really going for it. Like when The Boys came out, when The Boys was first introduced, like that shit was cheesy, bro. Like from you see it,
You think so?
you're like Homeland. Well, yeah, you look at it, Homelander, Starlight, like all these characters that people were like, yes, exactly. So this is before. I'm talking about before everyone watched it, right? When it's first starting. But then you watch it and you're like, holy shit, that first scene where A-Train runs through this dude's girlfriend, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it catches you and it never stops, right? And then now they have, obviously they took on the I guess the source material for Invincible, and they're nailing that shit, you know, like even though it's not much.
Robert Kirkwood, the guy who wrote the comic, is, you know,
exactly.
He's like his second attempt to make the story as good as he wanted to the first time.
Exactly.
That's what he said anyway.
But I just feel like there are a lot of worlds out there that they could really take advantage of. But low key, Fallout is one of those. I think BioShock as well. Isn't there a BioShock show being made or something like that, or a movie?
There's something. I don't know if it's a movie or TV show, but I feel like there's been something in development for like forever. So I don't know when it'll happen, but
that could be another show to look out for, like in the Fallout vein of how this has been successful so far. I'm really happy that Fallout, from what you're saying, is good. It's not just you; it's universal acclaim. Like a lot of people say.
One other thing is that the story itself is really good. Like it's actually like very gripping story, and there's like multiple different subplots. And honestly, in my opinion, the best part of the show wasn't even the main plot. Yes, the main plot was great, but there's two in particular subplots which I found to be much more interesting. Well, I guess one of them is technically part of the main plot, but like. There's one subplot that takes place primarily just inside one of the vaults that they view, and it's like this really like interesting mystery. But I guess it does relate to everything, but it's not like the main story. So I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys in case you eventually watch it. But it's so good. It's fantastic.
I mean, if you take Halo out of the equation, right? Like just pretend Halo don't exist, right? The Borderlands movie that's coming out. I don't know if it's coming out. Did it come out already? I feel like it's
not
coming
yet,
out.
But it looks bad.
Yeah, it's on the way.
It doesn't look too good. It doesn't. I for one enjoyed the way the trailer looked. I know that it's not going to honor the source material. It doesn't look like it. The castings are all off.
Kevin Hart was a weird choice.
Yeah, it's weird all around. There's weird choices for like almost every character. But at the same time, it did look like a fun movie. The action looked very what's that movie that we watch all the time where they had that crazy church fight scene?
Kingsman.
Yeah. Like, right, the action is very Kingsman-y in terms of like the way it looked, the camera movements and everything. So I do want to give it a chance, and I do think that people might actually like it when it comes out. And there will be people that say, no, fuck that. It's not the source material. Like, this is bullshit, right? Like, I feel like that's what it's going to be like. But you look at The Witcher and what The Witcher was able to do prior to Henry Cavill, you know, just leaving, which is bullshit. And the fact that the people didn't even like the games or anything like that.
The source of the books.
Yeah, it was just weird. But initially, those first, 3 seasons, right, with him?
Mm-hmm.
Even, I think Liam Hemsworth coming in as a Witcher, low key, I don't think he's going to be bad as a Witcher. I just think that it's kind of fucked up that this even happened because there's no one like Henry Cavill for playing Geralt.
Yeah, he was perfect.
Yep. Same thing with Superman. He was perfect for Soups.
Exactly.
I'm excited for James Gunn's DCU, but it really sucks what happened to Henry Cavill being told he was getting brought back and then just like, told never mind. Like, no,
Yeah.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I mean, that's, if you look at someone's career, I think that guy has been, I'm not going to say, because he literally just looks perfect for some roles, but he's been amazing at picking great roles for himself. Just like, there's a movie that he came out with where he's like playing, I think it's coming out, the Ungentlemanly Warfare, the Society for Ungentlemanly Warfare. Isn't he in that movie?
Yeah, that movie came out. Yeah.
It's just roles that are great for him. You know what I mean? So you look at all these things that are happening in Arcane, right? The Netflix show. You got Cyberpunk, the animated show that really kicking off.
So good.
Was Edge Runners, right? So I think it's really a turning point for gaming and media, right? In terms
of The Last of Us TV show is great too.
The Last of Us, right? Even though they did take a couple of risks.
Yeah, I will say, I think personally, I enjoyed Fallout more than The Last of Us, to be honest.
Which I wouldn't disagree with you there, because I didn't necessarily enjoy the way that it was structured.
Yeah, like I liked the show, but in hindsight, it wasn't like it was like outstanding.
It's too rushed. 8 episodes is crazy, and then to waste one on the things that they did, even though they were good, it was weird.
Also, the game is just so much better too.
Yeah,
is the thing. It's like when you have the game.
It's one of those rare times where the acting and everything is better than any type of show you could put together.
Well, I think the difference is the fact that like The Last of Us was a straight adaptation of the game, whereas this show is more as a continuity, like a continuation of like the universe. You know what I mean? It's different.
The Fallout show.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like they're adapting the story of one of the games. It's a completely original story just set after the events of all the games.
So real quick, both of you guys can answer this. Any games out there that you really want to see get an adaptation now that you're seeing this upflow and like really great content and just great quality?
Man.
I would love to see an Alan Wake.
That would be crazy.
Shit. I mean, they've already kind of gone live action with Alan Wake 2.
No, exactly.
So, and they did it with Quantum Break. You remember that?
Like,
so we could easily. Wow, that'd be fucking amazing.
How killer would that be?
That would kill it.
I'm picking the most generic because this was rumors and it never happened. Give me Gears of War.
Oh yeah,
give me Gears.
Wasn't Batista rumored to be?
He's been campaigning for it, but it's never actually materialized.
Yeah, it'll never happen. But like as of now, it won't happen. But just give me Gears, specifically the first 3 games. I don't care about 4,
100%.
5, and 6. Just give me the original trilogy. You know,
they might fuck around and just do Judgment.
Nah, no, don't do Judgment story as like a fucking spinoff for Baird if you want to, but don't make it as like
low key. That's one of my favorite games.
You know,
Judgment was good though. Judgment was good.
Judgment's campaign was awesome. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah,
I appreciated Judgment for the gunplay more so than the story. I think the gunplay was amazing.
I appreciated the changing gameplay. You know, I appreciated
it felt smooth. Like it felt a little more smooth compared to the older ones. But as far as the story was pretty cool too. You know, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I didn't really like was how some missions were focused on objectives. That's the only way you could like progress. And it kind of got repetitive. Yeah, you know, but I appreciated like the gunplay and how smooth it felt because you could tell that Judgment definitely made 4 and 5 turn out smoother with that gunplay, you know?
Yeah.
But as far as like the story, the original trilogy got it hands down, bro. That story is emotional.
Bro, oh my god, man!
It's a roller coaster.
I'm rolling through it right now, bro.
Like just flashbacks of Dom alone, like Dom alone, bro. It's crazy. You know,
that's Gears of War 3. His emotional moment in Gears of War. Well, 2
with Maria, with the whole thing with Maria.
That was
crazy.
2. Was that in 2 or 3?
That's 2.
Maria was in 2, but Dom's sacrifice was in 3.
Was in 3. Okay.
Yep. Man, if y'all like.
I don't remember tearing up much in games before that. That was just like that was such a defining moment.
Bro, I was in high school. This fucking game was messing with my hormones, bro.
Chris, we played co-op on that shit.
No diddy, but still, like,
play with your hormones. That's crazy.
Yo, that shit was crazy, man. Even seeing Ty, like that scene with Ty when you find him in the ship and he's all tortured.
Yeah, you know,
like, you think he's good because Ty's the fucking man. Like he's been through everything. He's a warrior, and he just like falls right there. You're like, what the fuck, like that just hits you, you know.
Yep. To the listeners, if y'all never played the original Gears of War trilogy, go play that shit. The original 3, just find, I don't care what, do some shit, bro, but go play that shit. Those original 3 games was like peak 360 era. Same with the original Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2 also, and 3, and also the original trilogy of Halo 1, 2, and 3. That's like peak 360 gaming. You know?
Peak gaming in general. The first Gears of War was fucking amazing.
During that era, like, do you guys remember during that era, those were like the go-to games. Call of Duty, Gears, and Halo. Nobody was playing nothing else.
Especially for the multiplayer. I mean, Gears' multiplayer was absolutely unmatched. Gears 3 less so than Gears 2, but
and
it
Horde.
was
like, Horde was crazy, bro. Oh my god. I remember when so many hours on Horde.
Ugh, it was disgusting how many hours. I believe I spent it with you, bro.
Yo, I remember there was a challenge you had to get. What was it? It was either hardcore or insane, beat 50 waves. We made it to like 48 to the last wave, and we just couldn't fucking beat it, bro. Like it was just too crazy.
Shit. It was like 3 spiders, like 2 berserkers. It was wild, bro. Like
the Brumok, like, bro.
Yeah, it was just crazy, bro. It was just too much. If I had to pick a game that I really wanted though to get an adaptation, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. I just played 2 like not too long ago. Wolfenstein. Low key,
really?
I feel like yes. Oh my god, 100%.
Well, time out real quick. That's a sleeper pick. I'm not gonna lie.
It really is, just because the world is so gritty. It's already got the story going for it, right? What if Nazis won the war? It's a story that's been tackled already before with Man in the High Castle, on Amazon. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't watched Man in the High Castle on Amazon, absolutely fucking amazing show. It's if the Nazis won World War II, Nazis and the Japanese split the United States. One half went to Germany and the other half went to Japan. And obviously, there's a resistance and all that, but it's just absolutely epic. What a show. With huge twists and turns. But if there was a game that I would really love to get an adaptation, just because, I don't know, I feel like it would be rough to do it with anyone but the main voice actor for Wolfenstein. But it's one of those types of worlds and environments where the villains are just amazing. The protagonists are amazing. The underlying stories and the character development, the way they interact, their backstories, just all well written. Where there's a lot of people that have never played it or even know about Wolfenstein. So you put that type of show, that type of game, and that type of detail that they put into that world into like a media thing, you might have something there. And you got multiple seasons you can make of that just based off of the first 2 games. And yeah, that's one game that I would pick. Wolfenstein.
I already got a fan pick in mind for like the main character of Wolfenstein. I feel like the guy that does Jack Reacher, he could probably be like the main character of Wolfenstein.
The new Jack, not Tom Cruise, the new guy.
Yeah, not Tom Cruise, the new guy. Yeah,
Rickman.
Yes, him. Yes. I feel like he kind of looks like the dude from Wolfenstein, kind of.
Mm-hmm. I could see. I could see Jason Statham doing it for some reason. He don't got the hair, but
I mean, you can't have a Brit doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I just feel like I need someone gruff. I don't know. I have to look through. There's probably somebody out there who we're not even thinking about, but yeah, I would like to see him do it. I feel like that's a good actor to pick. There's a few other action actors I think I'd take a look at for that, but I don't do casting, so it's what other people do it for. I'm sure they'll pick someone good if that ever comes out. Just send me the royalty checks every month for the idea. So.
You better trademark the idea or some shit, bro. Like,
yeah, oh no, I gotta think of something, man.
Buy the IP.
Yes. Oh well, when I make some money first, but
sorry, we won't get there, bro.
So but, I'm definitely gonna watch Fallout when I can.
Yeah, word. Me too.
Yeah.
So is that all for recaps? I guess.
I think that's that's good. Yeah. The rest of the stuff we can just talk about on the topics.
All right, getting to the nitty gritty first. Get that out the way. That there's a guy that lit himself up on fire in protest. This is the second person to do that.
Extra crispy.
Literally, yo.
Crazy, bro.
Did y'all see? Did y'all see the video?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I saw the video, but again, I
The
didn't
video of him
want to
getting
see
carried
it.
into the ambulance when he was like,
Yeah,
after
nah,
the fact.
Brendan. I mean, like, yeah, like the joke was, you know, but he wasn't lying though. Like he really got burnt to a crisp, bro. Like it's sad, man.
Honestly, I just remember seeing the video of like all the NYPD officers like running onto the scene, and this one guy just like takes a jacket and like tries to like drop it on it, does absolutely nothing, and just like walks away. I'm like, the fuck was
Yeah.
the point of that? Like, yo, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's when a pussy runs at the danger. You know, it's like, all right, you're at the front of the line for what? You know.
But I
And
mean, is it me or did they take mad long to even get there in the first place, bro? I swear
yeah,
they were
it
screaming
took a
police
long
for like,
time.
yeah, they were screaming for like a minute straight before anybody pulled up.
It's
Well, I guess
crazy.
You know?
everyone was looking at other people to figure out what to do, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like where
Yeah.
they were at too. He was like in the middle of a courtyard, so like the officers
Hard to get
were
to
in the
through the
area.
barricades.
Yeah, the officers were in the area, but they were like all like at the edge of that area, encircling it really. And then obviously there was a courthouse, but that's why it kind of took them a while to like get there. I'm sure also they were probably wondering like whether they should let fire go or because what are officers going to do? It's a huge ass blaze around this guy. They don't have fire extinguishers probably readily available. Maybe they're somewhere else. They had to try to look for them. Every officer that got there had no fire extinguisher though. Like they were just like running to the area when there wasn't anyone doing anything. The guy was just on fire. So nothing matches really the guy that did it, the Air Force man, because of the way he recorded himself. That shit was just absolutely brutal.
Yeah, that was
Um,
crazy.
But at the same time, it just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me what you think. I don't think this is something that really passes the message the way it needs to. It just comes off as someone who's mentally deranged. That's how I look at it.
I look at it as they don't give a fuck about us, bro. The government don't care about us, bro.
They care about us.
They
Right,
don't, man. The policies they're doing, they don't give a fuck about us, bro. We're over here starving. They're over here passing foreign aid to war. It's like literally what System of a Down said. Why don't they feed the poor? You know, and same thing with Tupac said. They got money for wars, but can't feed the poor. Like, we got veterans out here that are fucking starving on the street, and they gave their whole life to this government, and they can't get jack shit out there, bro. It's a slap to the face to them. It's disrespectful, man. So the way I see it is they don't give a fuck about us, bro. And people like to point out, like, I guess I'll be on this conspiracy shit. Label me whatever the fuck you want, bro. But you can't deny it when it's blatantly in your face. They divide and conquer with all the shit to distract us, and they make it a race thing. They make it a liberal conservative thing. They make it a freaking, like, whatever label you want, a gender thing. When in reality, it's the rich versus the poor, bro. When you really break it down and see what's going on behind closed doors, the rich keep getting richer. We keep getting taxed, so we stay at the bottom of the fucking barrel, bro. That's really what it
Or
is.
just there to scare the shit out of us.
Yeah, bro. And then they fearmonger with shit like that. They keep us. That's how you herd the sheep. You fearmonger and you keep us at the bottom while the rich get richer. If you ever seen these conferences, bro, these niggas be sitting on the fucking Congress tables on their phones, bro. They don't be talking about jack shit until it finally starts for like the last couple hours of the session. And on top of that, they all out of touch. All these motherfuckers is 80 and up. You mean to tell me an 80-year-old's gonna tell me how to live life when they can't even monitor what's going on in real time? Come on now.
Their beamers.
Yeah, bro, and they don't even drive.
They don't even drive.
You know, like they don't even drive. Granted, like I'm a firm believer, old people shouldn't drive. Just saying, like if you're old to the extent where you can't wipe your own ass, you shouldn't be driving, bro. That's my opinion.
Believe that to a T. Yeah, we should be a lot stricter with taking old people's licenses away. I 100% believe that.
Yeah, I done seen a couple old people do some questionable shit when driving, but that's a topic for another day.
All I'm saying is that Accessoride don't be doing shit and it's there. Like, you know, it should be doing a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I be driving past those lots and all those fucking trucks is there just catching dust. Like no one uses that shit.
Right. But at the end of the day, bro, they don't care about us, man. We could say whatever we want. They're just gonna label us conspiracy theorists. They're gonna label us crazy. They're gonna label us as like bigots, idiots, whatever you want to call us in the barrel. And that's how they turn society against you. And that's why we have cancel culture. They take a fucking idea and they run with it. And so many people have that same agreement because they're programmed to think like that instead of thinking outside the box, where you just get thrown on the fucking bus. You know? It's so crazy. It is crazy, man. And then when you pay attention to the world politics, like the world politics and all that, does it really make sense? Like I said in the couple episodes ago with the whole APAC situation, why are we paying reverse that. Why is a foreign lobby paying congressmen to get votes, bro? That is extortion. Is that not extortion? I'm going to give you money so you could go my way. That's extortion, bro.
And if you don't, then I'm going to take away our services and shit. Yeah, man.
Exactly. But the thing is, APAC's lobbies is for a foreign country. We are a country that literally says we don't deal with foreign policies in America. It's American policies first. You got a whole APAC lobby paying for votes, giving them foreign policies, bro. It don't make sense. So I personally believe like they don't care about us, man.
Listen,
and that's just what it is.
Once Trump come in, people might not like him. A lot of people might not like him. Some people might be terrified of him coming back in office. We might have a civil war.
Crazy.
Right?
It's gonna be. It's possible, bro. It feels like that. Like it really feels.
But it's
like
gonna
that.
be America first. It's gonna be fuck everybody else. It's gonna be America first.
Yeah, but the thing is, why does it gotta come to that?
Everybody else you ain't never seen before. Like the middle finger is gonna be huge to everybody.
Yo, that's gonna be the new logo.
It's gonna be a middle finger, and then every country's prime minister, president, whatever the fuck, they're gonna sit on it, sit their ass right on the middle finger. That's what's gonna happen. No Diddy.
You know, and then it's that's why it sucks to say as an American, like you want to vote, but that's why I don't vote, bro. That's another topic where it's just like you go to vote. Even if you win the popular vote, electoral still take precedence over popular vote. So what's the point of me voting if electoral is going to win? System. You know, like you got, and what's crazier, now that you mentioned that, Brendan, back when the forefathers was here making the fucking, you know, documents and all this wild shit to give us what we have now, the original plan was every 100 years you got to redo the government because they were afraid that over time tyranny was going to become a thing. But they said, nah, every 100 years, that's too much to keep track of. So they said, fuck that, we're not doing that. But now, we're kind of right. Over they would have only had to do it
4 times. Lazy motherfuckers.
You see? But they were kind of right, because now, over the generations, when you have, especially family generations that stay in power, they're going to push the same ideology. And they're at the end of the day, they're still going to say, fuck us. Same, like I feel like shit started happening once they did the Roe v. Wade, once they overturned abortion and all that. It was like we started to lose more rights, you know. That's just my personal opinion, though. I feel like ever since that document got overturned, shit kind of hit the fan, bro, low key.
It's been a rough year. I feel like 2024. It's weird because some years they just start off with natural disasters, right? Like the whole year is just natural disasters, the natural disaster. Like last year was fucking all the forest fires, right? Like all year long, fucking forest fires everywhere. New York dealing with smoke, right? All that shit. But I feel like this year has been so many things in the media. You know what I mean? I feel like the media has really taken this year over. Like this is the year of the media, the year of the exposure.
Almost deaf, bro.
And
most stuff.
It's exhausting in a different way, right? Like I'm not gonna lie, it's exhausting to think about all this shit. I feel like it's overwhelming to think about all the shit that's going wrong because social media and everything has pushed it in your face and made it so public, everything that's going wrong. Whether it's crime in New York, all the shit that happens in New York, whether it's all the migrants coming into this country and getting dumped in New York, whether it's the migrant crime crisis, the migrant housing crisis, whether it's, you know, shootings and stabbings all over the city, whether it's fucking rents being sky high, whether it's groceries being at an all-time high, whether it's gas being high, whether it's, you know, like regular day-to-day living being just impossible for so many more people. it's just so overwhelming because I feel like it's never been more prevalent and more visible than it has been this year.
Mm-hmm.
Any little conspiracy theory that happens, you scroll on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, it's just everywhere. You know what I mean? Like you can't really, I got a lot of Nick shit in my timeline, but for some reason, every now and then, I don't know, maybe because the algorithm sees I stop on that shit for like 2 seconds, but it's like, it's incessant how much like conspiracy shit. And definitely because I've been watching like all the Diddy shit like closely. A lot of the pages now that kind of pop up on my feed are like conspiracy pages that just happen to be touching on the Diddy stuff. So it's like, it's just so much. It's overwhelming, bro, to think about it all. And then now you got these people burning themselves, like for everyone to see. Like, do people understand how painful it is to be burned alive?
I don't want to find out.
Is it public knowledge? Because I feel like this is the last thing that people would want to do to themselves.
It's the message. That's why.
I'm telling you, bro, it doesn't pass any other message. It infuriates me to the point where it doesn't pass any other message. You're just a deranged lunatic.
Yeah, it really.
It's just disgusting behavior to just burn yourself in front of all these people.
But see, that's the thing.
These people, their kids around.
Today, though, he had no like agenda. Though. I mean, he had an agenda, but it's not like it was like
bullshit.
The dude was just bullshit. The dude was just insane. Like he thinks there's some cryptocurrency conspiracy that's going to lead to like I guess like the whole country going like insolvent and like I guess societal breakdown, and he thinks like the people need to revolt or whatever, and I guess this was his way to bring attention to that. I don't really know how that effectively does that in any sort of way, but I mean,
it brings attention to you burning yourself, bro. Like,
I think
that's
he's just
really all it
does. That's really it. That's really what it comes down to. The dude's just mentally ill.
With that is subjective though, because we may look at it like, all right, he's just crazy. But to him, he really felt that in his heart, where it's like, nah, I need to stand for something. So to him, it was his way of, I'm gonna bring awareness.
This is.
Granted, it was in the wrong way, you know.
I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with that ideology, especially in today's world. What happens when something crazy happens? What does the world do the next day?
Take out their phones and scream "World Star."
Tweets about it.
No. I'm saying like like some shit crazy happens. What happens to the world the next day?
It keeps going.
It keeps going, bro. Nothing fucking happens. People don't fucking care. They especially don't care to the point where they're gonna stop going to work or some shit. All you're gonna get is all the crazy people that watch you and that listen to that shit and that actually want to go out and protest that got no fucking job, nothing to do with their life. They go out and they might protest for a little bit. You know what I mean? But no one fucking cares. No one cares enough for you to fucking burn yourself alive in front of all these people.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I thought about when it came to the Air Force servicemen. It's like, it's a slap in the face to the Air Force. Because you're putting this out there that this is what they do, that they got people out there like, how's the mental health going on? Air Forcemen don't deal with mental health problems.
I mean,
they got a hard job. They do their own shit in their own way, but you think they wanted to be lumped in with this guy?
Wait, time out. Disclaimer though, we don't know that. There's probably some that have seen combat and probably deal with some shit. You know, just throwing it out there.
As much as you want to say anything about it, when it comes to being on the ground somewhere, in terms of what they experience in today's day and age, it's one of the most difficult things to do in the Army is be an Air Force guy, because the amount of skill and the amount of maneuvering and everything you got to do in those planes and all the machinery and computer equipment. But those missions are in and out. Mm-hmm. Unless you're in dogfights, which don't necessarily happen too much anymore. I don't think they happen at all. I mean, you want to go back to World War II. If you want to go back to, anything Cold War, maybe the couple of skirmishes where they like came close to it, right? There's a lot of regulations, a lot of like air regulations in terms of like where you can fly, no fly zone, things like that, enforcement. But like they have a completely different style of combat that they deal with, and they have a different pride that they deal with as well. There's no way that they were sitting there like, all right, this guy is representing all of us, like he's representing what we think. Yeah, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many other ways to bring up the idea and the protests of Palestine and what's going on over there than to just make it all about yourself. It was a narcissistic move, in my opinion.
It was the most deranged thing I saw. I saw like people online, like I saw someone like post a TikTok like thanking him for his like basically something like thank you for doing that, and I was like, what the heck? Like, why are you thanking this guy for this? Like, that's pure insanity.
It's ignorance. Ignorant.
Like, do you think his family wants to see that? Like,
yeah, that sounds wild. Thank you for doing. Nah, that's crazy.
Like,
Thank
I
you for
think
killing
all
yourself,
your
bro.
service
Like
goes
what?
out the window. You do some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
or like your sacrifice was so brave, like as if like really we needed that. That's what we needed. That's what this whole situation needed.
I don't know.
It's really
I mean,
helped someone. It really helped a lot of people this far out. You know, it's really done a lot.
I mean, I
It
get it, bro. I get it. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm sure he was a great person. I'm sure he
Yeah,
served.
no, he's probably just depressed and suicidal.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure he served this country to the best of his ability. We all thank him for his service, but oh my God, bro, there's no reason for you to do that. I agree with
Well,
Brendan. It's just you're deranged, you're suicidal. It's like someone. It's like he was thinking to himself with these thoughts, and no one was around to talk to him or to hear him out or to speak some sense into him, and he doused himself with a fucking thermos, a coffee thermos full of gasoline, and lit himself on fire.
yeah,
Like,
that's
if
crazy.
you mention it to anybody, no one says it's a good idea.
Of course not. You know, it just sucks to say that people really feel
That's strong.
okay. Yeah, they look at the world. And why is no one talking about this? Why aren't we fighting twice as hard? The issue is when you see people bring certain things up, they get booed off stage. They get censored. So some people take matters into their own hands, and they're like, you know what? If people are going to censor just for talking, I gotta go extreme with it. And it sucks to say that some people resort to that because it's highly unnecessary.
There's always going to be some crazy
You know?
motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, but
extremists.
I feel like people that do that, they kind of want to be a martyr because that's what that is. I have a message. Right. I'm willing to I have a message. I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm gonna be a martyr.
Go be a martyr.
I die.
Go be a martyr. We'll forget about you tomorrow.
And that's the fucked up thing in today's day and age. Yeah, in today's day and age, you're really not a martyr unless you had a movement like Martin Luther King. You know, like if you had a big movement like that and someone killed you, you're a martyr. But if you
could you imagine MLK gets to the end of the movement and then it just gets so crazy for himself and this is everything, he just shoots himself and leaves a note, like a written note, like, hey, like this is why.
Yeah, but see that's crazy, you know? But like it just sucks that in today's day and age, you really can't be a martyr, bro. Because how hard it is. Excuse me. You know how hard it is to make a movement in today's day and age, bro. We would never be able to recreate what Martin Luther King did back in the day, bro. Because it's so fucking complicated now. Because everyone is so divided that you can never do it.
Wow, that's actually fucking. That's on point.
You can't. You really can't, bro.
The marches that man led.
Bro, he had 1 million people march. You think 1 million motherfuckers gonna march right now?
Motherfucker wasn't even president, mind you. He wasn't even president. Exactly. He did more unity than any president did on any of his campaigns.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, today's day and age, people are too busy, beefing with each other over dumb shit. You still got people talking about racism and colorism. You still got people talking about gender ideologies. You still got people talking about Republicans and Democrats. You still got people talking about pronouns. We already divided by 5 to 6 different ways, bro. We're way too past that.
That's just the surface level shit. Then you
literally, that's not even.
Then you got all these terminologies that you got to do. Then you got education of our children. Then you have fucking.
Bro, I look at it nowadays.
Rules on the road, like
let me put it to you like this: you got people that were never oppressed, wanting to be oppressed because they want to fit in with something.
It's like, hey, look, me too.
Like
come on,
yo, no, literally, like, no disrespect. Okay, now this might be controversial. Fat phobia, right? The moment you bring up health and like weight, they don't want to hear it, and they label you as fat phobic. To me, that's crazy because it's literally scientifically proven where it's like, bro, if you live your life 400 pounds from 18 to like 30, you might not see 40 because of the way you live in. But if you say that, you're a bigot.
I also think you're a bigot if you're out there advertising that no one has a problem with people being big. I would still be your friend if you were big. Like,
At
I'm
all.
sure everyone out there would still have tons of friends and people who are big. Like, being
but-
big is not a problem.
But that's
it's
my
not
point.
okay to be big.
That's my
You know what I
point.
mean?
People not like in that community is like, yo, I've never seen, okay, like, yeah, it's fucked up and people bully people about weight and body shaming. Yeah, it's
don't
fucked
bully
up,
nobody.
you know? Yeah, you're a dick if you do that, you know? But some people in that community make it seem like if someone tells them, yo, like, really, you're on the borderline of catching diabetes. If you don't want diabetes, you're gonna have to drop 15 pounds. The moment you say that, oh, so you're fat phobic, huh? Bro, it's not about that. I've never seen anyone bully someone, like, and I mean like in a hateful way. Yeah, I mean, first off, I was overweight in middle school. I was called fat ass for my weight. I've been bullied for my weight, you know? So I know what it is. But I've never seen someone get their ass beat as a hate crime because of their weight. You're not oppressed, bro. You want to fit, like, people have this ideology where they want to fit in so bad. But they fail to realize, bro, you literally will fit in anywhere in society as long as you be yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Don't get me wrong, it does happen. But to make it seem like it's the majority of your life, I call bullshit. It may have happened for, like, all right, your 2 years of high school. But then what happened afterward? Did you live the rest of your 10 years? Like, let's say, you graduate 18, you're 28 now. You mean to tell me for 10 years, motherfuckers have been talking shit for you straight? That's bullshit to me. Yeah. There's no way. Because when you really go out into the real world, nobody cares about that. Same thing with the gym. You go to the gym, you really think people pay attention to you and what you're lifting? No one pays attention, bro. Everyone is there for the same goal. You think they're going to judge you when they were probably in your shoes at one point? It's not real. It's
got to be water off your back. That's the problem. It's like everyone's going to judge you when you first start something.
Of course, and everybody's a critic regardless. So why would
exactly?
You care?
No one wants to put anybody in a position better than themselves. They're always going to put you at the same position or worse.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, it's going to be worse.
Right. So I mean, we haven't done unapologetic in a while, but that's my unapologetic. My unapologetic is just be yourself, man. No one's gonna judge you for being you. People have this fear of being judged by other people, which I get it, But when reality settles in, honestly, it's extremely rare where someone's gonna hit you with some wild shit. Granted, it may happen, it may not. But for 90% of the time, I guarantee you, it's not gonna happen, bro. All those fears that people have is not gonna happen. It's really not. That's why they say you are your own enemy. And it's also subjective. Just because someone doesn't agree with you, why the hell are you gonna take offense to that shit? It doesn't make sense. You're just stressing yourself out more. Just live your life and fuck it. If they talk shit, let them talk shit. Fuck them. Not like they trying to fucking murder you. You know what I mean? Or like trying to like defamation of your name or your character. But either way, even if they were trying to do that, okay, there's several ways to deal with that. People act like there's no way to handle situations anymore.
Just crazy, man. This year is a year of. It's a very mentally exhausting year, and it's very visible who can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes up in exactly what we're seeing now, where people are going out there and they're burning themselves in public courtyards in front of all these people. Like, no one needs to smell burnt flesh and hair. No one ever needs to know what that smells like. You know what I mean? Like, no one needs to hear guttural screams. I mean, yeah, I know, Brendan.
And it's also a generational thing. Now, I give props to the next generation because they're vocal and they stand on what they believe in. Millennials, we were kind of caught in between that, whereas like, yeah, we'll talk about it, but we weren't listened to. So it was like, all right, we got to pass it on to the next. We got to pass the torch on, And I give the next generation props because they're not playing that shit. They started it.
Fuck generation.
You said what, Chris?
They don't give a fuck generation.
Yeah, like we started it, but when we tried it, honestly, it was 50-50. We like some of us prevailed, others failed. But this next generation, they on it. You know, so it's like, at least they're like more keen to it to be like, wait, but this don't sound right. But why? Like they're more inquisitive when it comes to certain shit that's going on. You know,
they're the kids that don't stop asking why until you just give in and give them the answer.
Because they want the truth. That's all.
Exactly.
It was bound to happen. That's literally all we've been asking for since. I swear, as millennials, we've been asking, but why? We just kept getting brushed off. All we wanted was the truth. Since we never got it, the next generation is gonna get it, and if not them, the next generation after them.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's gonna happen. It has to happen. Things are too like problematic right now that you can't ignore it anymore, bro. You just can't.
I was doing some background music for you.
I was gonna say,
yeah, I was like, who is that supposed to be? Like Eminem or some shit?
No, it's Where's the Love.
I got it.
But yeah, man, like it's
shooting, people dying.
Oh my, not that fact, bro. Like
people burning, people crying.
Very funny.
Oh man,
Can you practice what you preach?
Oh, this episode's been banger. We've been talking facts so far. I don't know how.
I don't know, man. This is just. It's been one of those. It's been one of those years, bro. We just getting done with April.
Listen, look, I'm hyped. Brendan's back. Brendan's here. Like, yo, we spitting facts tonight. Like, I'm feeling good. I'm sipping on White Claws. I'm feeling a little warm, even though White Claws ain't doing shit unless you have like 4 of them. But still, I'm chilling. All right. But moving on to the next topic. We good on this or no?
Yeah, man. We good, man. We good. I don't want to give any of that shit any more time of day, honestly. So.
Well, I'm sorry. I fucking
exhausted. No, not your fault. I'm talking about, these people, they do crazy shit like this. They don't deserve the time of day, man. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all choose. We can either do a quick rundown of Garcia versus Haney or talk about hip hop and the disses. I already spoke about it, but I want to hear your opinions on that topic. Chris, take it too long. Brendan, what you think?
I mean, I don't got much to. I'm gonna be more of listening on the hip hop stuff, so we can talk about the fight first if you want.
All right, so one for fighting. Chris, did you come to the conclusion?
Isn't it, how about 5 for fighting? No, I'm just playing. We on fire today, boys. I'm down for the fights, man. I'm down for the fights. We've had a lot of crazy good fights. Let's just talk about more meaningless shit. You know what I mean? But meaningless shit that we all enjoy. Yeah, there were a couple of fights, but I do want to start with that Haney fight. I mean, Garcia, man. What do you think about him?
All right, real quick. Did y'all see the fights? Like, or sort of highlights of anything?
Yeah.
Okay, Brandon saw the highlights. Chris saw the fight?
I saw the first half of it, and then I had to leave. So,
all right. So I saw the fight. Just a quick rundown. You guys probably saw the highlights, but for the full fight, honestly, I wasn't a fan of the fight. Y'all really didn't miss much. My issue with the fight was they were like between Devin Haney and Garcia, they'll throw like, let's say, a 4-piece combination, right? The moment that 4-piece combination ended, they're holding each other.
Yeah, this boxing has really turned into that. I would have stayed, but I had a kid and everything. So.
Yeah, the ref had to break up. If I had to throw a random number out there, between 25, 50 times max, he had to break it up. And I'm exaggerating, but it felt like that, you know? But Ryan Garcia did his thing, though, low-key. Like, he was losing on that card. He was down. He came back up with the 3 knockdowns. Even with a point deduction, he still won by 1 point, bro. Devin Haney had it in the bag, and what pissed me off is that in the first round, Ryan Garcia caught him with the left hook. Devin Haney was wobbly. He adjusted from round 2 to like 6 or 7, where he would throw his punches. Devin Haney, he would do like, let's say, a jab straight, and he will see the hook coming, so either he'll duck or he'll like back up, so Ryan will miss. That's all he had to do because he knew the hook was coming. He gave up on that strategy once it hit like round 7 to 8, and that's when Ryan just started teeing off. The issue is Devin Haney is a rhythm fighter. Once he gets rhythm, and basically in basketball terms, a volume shooter.
Mm-hmm.
He'll hit his he'll hit his 4-piece combination, reset, hit you with another combination, reset. The next round he might pull back, take a breather, get his stamina back. The round after that, he'll go back up to lighten you up. That's how Devin Haney fights, right? Ryan Garcia, they like to call him a one-trick pony because all he got is a left hook. Granted, he got the power in both his hands. It doesn't matter. But he's looking for the left hook. So on paper, Devin Haney should have won the fight on paper because to me, in my opinion, Devin Haney, he's a more all-around fighter.
Yeah.
But Ryan Garcia got the power, the speed, and the reflexes along with his height and reach in that fight. And Ryan just went to work. Like the last 4 rounds, that left hook was hidden because Devin Haney stopped ducking. He stopped dodging that hook. And the thing is, Ryan Garcia, he stopped throwing it. So I guess Devin Haney took it as, he's not going to throw it because he knows I'm going to dodge it. Worst mistake. You should have kept that in your head because he's going to look for it eventually. And I feel like he went wrong there. But my only issue is that every time they'll throw a combination, they start hugging. I was literally like, the fight is trash because of that. If you want to hug and grapple, go to UFC with that shit.
Hey, listen.
In a good way.
UFC.
Time out.
Fire, boy.
Shit. The fights was fire on UFC 300. I ain't talking shit about UFC. I'm just saying, if you want to grapple and get points for grappling, go to UFC.
Hey, well, you will get fucked up if that's all you do, though. You better do something else. The thing about boxing,
not really. Look at Khabib. Khabib's 30-0. I mean, granted, he's an all-around fighter, but his main bread and butter was wrestling.
I feel like there has to be something done to boxing to incentivize action. It's such a mental game right now that it's not as fun. I mean, it was always a mental game, but it's such an extremely mental game that the amount of hugging and stopping of the fight for stamina and everything. I don't remember fighters getting this gas this early in the 2000s. You know what I mean? When boxing was at its media peak, right? Where everyone was watching pay-per-view for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of tailed off to the point where like every big fight you watch, except for maybe shit, like a fuck. Even I'm trying to think.
I think I have the answer for that, bro.
Fury's fights, obviously, everyone wants to watch those, but it's like it's at the point where like there's so much hugging and so much stoppage going on that it's just not enjoyable to watch.
I have the answer to that, bro.
Fucking slug it out. Be tactical, be strategic, but let's get some slugfest every round. What do you think about shortening it from 12 rounds down to something much less?
Like 10?
Nah, 10 is still too much.
8?
I like the idea of 8 because it gives enough time for a ramp up. You can't have it at 6. I think 6 is too short.
Well, if you're doing 8 rounds, then you gotta at least increase the rounds to 4 minutes to 5 minutes max.
Nah, I'm not doing that because there's gonna be 4-minute rounds, bro. That's like mad time. That's mad time. I'm keeping it at 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
It's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes right now.
I'm keeping it at 3. Maybe I'll drop it down to 2.5. But I'll keep it at 3 minutes because that's never changed. You're not gonna change that. So 3-minute rounds, 8 rounds. I think that right there would change the game and bring people back watching it.
If you want that, you might as well watch bare knuckle boxing because they fight about 2 to 3 minutes and I believe 3 to 5 rounds max.
I don't want bare knuckle boxing though. I don't want to see fucking guys' faces messed up like that. Oh, that's like watching the slap boxing shit that's going on right now. That shit brutal.
Power slap?
Yo, that shit is crazy, bro. You seen the women's one?
Yo, I seen one of the women do a whole barrel roll after getting knocked out.
Bro, like I seen one woman just eat that shit, bro. Like literally, she got slapped in the face. She literally almost winked at the girl.
Was it the blonde chick? It was a blonde chick, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It was one of them fucking European chicks, like the big ass motherfuckers. And then she's like, "All right, it's my turn." And it's like, when you fighting your big brother or something like that, and you like, you punch him hard, and then like, "All right, it's my turn. Now stay here and take it. Like, don't go nowhere. You gonna take this punch right to the arm." And you're like, "Okay, fine." And you're like, you start wincing and shit, and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
bro, it was her turn, bro. She literally, like you said, this chick barrel rolled, bro. It was crazy. Yep, I don't want to watch.
I seen it.
I'm good.
But I could tell you why it feels like this now, because the new generation, a lot of these fighters, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, um, they are calling these fighters in their prime, right? They're young. Everybody's saying young fighters in their prime. They got to fight now. When you look at their records, they average about 25 fights in total. That's counting wins and losses. That's still too young and too early for fighters to be considered in their prime. And mind you, while they have like a 25 record, let's say 25-0, 26-0, the max age they are with 26-0 will be like 27 years old. Still young, but to be like that old, I mean, well, my math is like, that's kind of like, that's off a little bit. But I'm just saying as an example. When you have we're used to seeing fighters that were champions, and before they became champion, they already had 40 fights under their belt. Manny Pacquiao, before he was champion, he already had like 40 to 50 fights under his belt. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, granted, Floyd Mayweather is different though, just because he got the belt when he was like, what, 21, 22 probably, and he held the belt for the rest of his career. Canelo Alvarez, before he even
the Olympics fight, he was mad.
Yeah, but they don't like. Yeah, that counts for his amateur record, but his professional record, they don't count.
Yeah.
But same thing with Canelo. Canelo, he was already like 40 fights deep before he fought Mayweather, and he was like still young. Canelo was like 23 with 40 fights, and that was considered his prime because he had 40 fights in. You know, but now the next generation of boxers, it's a lot of them are like, you know, let's say 25 years old, 20 fights in, and they already got a belt. David Haney is that example where he's young, only like 25 to 30 fights max in, has a championship belt. They consider him in his prime. He's still a freshman, realistically, because when you look at those 25 or whatever, how many fighters he fought, they never gave him a challenge. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, those are like arguably their first real challenge, and their peers.
That's
Ryan
crazy,
Garcia's first real challenge before Devin Haney was Tank, and he got knocked out. I mean, he didn't get knocked out, but like he took the body shot and he lost TKO. That was his first real test. If you think about it, who Garcia fought before Tank that was elite?
No one.
Yeah, no one I can think of.
Exactly. So like these fighters are moving so quick that now they're young with like a record of 25. They're already considered in their prime.
I mean, you could say that. You could say that they're too young or anything. I'm just talking about the style of fighting that everyone. I don't know. I feel like Mayweather really changed the game in terms of thinking the game, in terms of picking your fights, in terms of
because he was money first.
Yeah, but the style of fighting too, like not really taking hits and giving hits at the right moments. Right?
Defensive GOAT, bro. He's literally the defensive. Love him or hate him, regardless of what your opinion, Mayweather is the defense god, bro.
Best shoulder guard.
Of course. Yes, he would even call it the Philly show. He calls it the Mayweather defense. Rightfully so.
Holy shit. Yeah, because I mean you can't, all the punches would graze over his shoulder above his head. Like he would just lean back and his shoulder would just, it's a perfect defense. You need to be accurate with it, but it's a great defense. My point is, go through all the fighters that were around in that era, right? Even though Mayweather still is kind of a young pup, he was so good that he was rolling through folks,
bro. Being everybody was killers. Chris, everybody was killers.
We talking about Shane Mosley. We talking about Bernard Hopkins. We talking about Zab Judah. We talking about.
Hold on, wait. Well, Bernard Hopkins is a different weight
class. I'm talking about fighters in general. Oscar De La Hoya. I'm talking about. Like these are all fighters that were all around in the same era, bro. The same era. Canelo. You got fucking Pacquiao.
Did you say Pacquiao? Yep,
Pacquiao. I'm just saying Pacquiao right now. Like it's funny how I named all those dudes, and then at the end you're like, oh yeah, Pacquiao. It's like you had all these dudes. I still remember when Zab Judah fought Mayweather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when that fight was lightning against thunder. I remember that was the theme of the fight. I was really young, but I remember the theme of the fight being Mayweather being lightning, and then thunder being Zab Judah. And it's just like there was a certain element to fighting back then where they went at each other. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there were many parts of the fight where they, especially with Mayweather, it really started introducing that people did not like, that people don't understand. If you're not really like a seasoned person who's watched a lot of boxing and you watch Mayweather at the end of his career, yeah, people didn't like him. But yo, when he first came out, people really didn't like him. Like, they really hated the way he fought. They just,
he was pretty boy.
like, it was just so different. It was so new, and he was so good at it that it felt cheap. You know what I mean? And people didn't respect him at all, especially early in his career. It wasn't until he just started creeping up, like, this motherfucker's 30-0. This motherfucker 32-0. Like, that's when people started respecting him and realizing, like, yo, he's just too good defensively. Like, no one can get to him. That's when people started kind of changing their tune, but people still didn't like him. And then he dodged a lot of fighters on his way. Like, people say it all the time. Like, he's as good as he was, he did dodge a few fighters at key points in his career that could have given him an L.
Yeah, he should have fought Pacquiao earlier. That's my only gripe.
He had many
opportunities way earlier.
to fight Pacquiao. He fought some random motherfuckers sometimes. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, 40-0, you can't say nothing about it.
Well, now he's 50-0.
50-0.
He ended 50-0.
50. So it's just a different era right now. There's really no one, like, when you watch boxing, it's like probably 3 or 4 boxers you really want to get up and watch, right? And the generation is not like back then. The reason why it was so cool is because the generation before the one that we just talked about was way, way better. Like, they were goats. And it was cool to see that there was this new crop of fighters coming up. And I'm talking like 12 to 15 fighters, 3 to 4 in every weight class that were just bombs. You know what I mean? That were coming up and super young, and they were winning. And then their fights started overtaking the old heads fights, right? When you had Shane Mosley going up against Oscar De La Hoya, what was that? Like, that was one of the best liver shots of all time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I still remember that fight when Oscar went down, and you're like, oh shit, like, yo, this motherfucker did it. You know what I mean? Like, but Oscar always was a fighter. He's one of the best boxers of all time because he gave a show. And now we got fighters who don't give shows. That's just how I feel. And if we could shorten it to 8 rounds, would it incentivize these guys to get some points in because they don't got much time to get points in? That might help. But at the end of the day, it's like it's rooted in the training. It's rooted in how they're brought up. We need some dogs. But right now, the dogs ain't going to boxing. The dogs are going to UFC. They're going to MMA.
Well, time out real quick before we get into MMA. Just real quick. If you want dogs to look out for, obviously Terrence Crawford, dog. Alexander Usyk, don't sleep on him. For a heavyweight, he's fast as shit, and he's fighting Fury next. And obviously Canelo. Like, I feel like for this generation, Canelo's like the GOAT as of now.
What about a border collie?
And who?
I said, what about a border collie?
A border collie. I missed it. I don't get it.
Because you were talking about dogs.
That's
oh my god! Oh my god, bro! That flew over my head so fucking hard.
Do we got any Chihuahuas out there? Oh my god! You got any Pomeranians?
Honorable mentions: you got Boots Ennis, Gerald Ennis, call him Boots, is his nickname, and then Isaac Cruz also. They call him Pitbull. Isaac Cruz is nasty, bro. So those are like my 5 fighters that are. So what?
This is not the same, bro. It's just not.
I mean, it ain't. But you got, there's still promising fighters. Obviously, Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson. They got some fighters.
We gonna get into it. But what I just seen over the past year in MMA has eclipsed anything in boxing over the past 15 years.
I spoke about 300. I'm gonna let y'all give y'all opinions on this. I did it on the last episode with 300, so y'all got this.
That BMF fight was one of the most impressive fights I have seen in a very, very long time. It was also one of the most hyped fights I've been. One of the fights I've been most hyped for in a very long time. Probably since Conor McGregor broke his leg. When he was talking all that shit. He got to the mic. He's like, your wife is in me DMs. Yo, like, dude had a broken leg. He's just grabbing the mic, like, oh, Poirier. Oh man. So yeah, like, I loved it. I loved the fact that Max pointed to the floor right where he was gonna put Gaethje down. Hitting them with pieces. Like just a 40-piece chicken dinner, all flats. It's just it was beautiful. And the way he went to sleep and stayed down, they're gonna make some edits out of that. You've seen the edits where they knock him down and they edit the dude falling through the floor, falling onto some cavern down there, or like sliding out the building on ice or some shit. Like it was a great fight. The rest of the card was absolutely amazing, just bonkers. You could go up and down. Even the fucking prelims. Like people don't understand. People watch the fight, and then they like you ask, oh yo, you watch the prelims? People don't even fucking know about the prelims. Like the prelims is where the dogs are at. Those are the people fighting for their lives to even get put on the card, to get ranked. So those motherfuckers, every single one is just a slugfest. Fights, crazy knockouts most of the time, and it's free. The prelims are free. Now there's prelims and there's prelims, and then it's the fight. Then it's the main card. So if you ever watch UFC, any type of fight night, which fight nights are free, or any main card, right? Any of the main numbers, like 301, right, coming up. Watch the prelims. The prelims are free. They usually start like if the fight starts at 10, the prelims start at 6, the prelims start at 8, and then the main card starts at 10. Just that's where the fights are at. You can get everybody together early. You get to watch these dogs fight it out, blood each other up, just crazy shit. And then most of the time, I'm telling you, like 90% of the time, you catch a legend in the making. Like you watch someone fight there, you're like, all right, watch that guy. A few months later, that motherfucker's ranked. A few months later, that motherfucker's a champion. All right. That's just the way that shit works in the UFC right now. You got to start from the bottom and you work your way up. And that's exactly how I went for Charles Oliveira. And that's exactly how I watched him rise through the ranks. I watched them on a prelim. Then I remember watching them on a prelim. And I remember watching him get ranked. I remember beating a few motherfuckers, beating their ass, doing all these takedowns. I remember getting his chance to fight a higher ranked guy. Then he got the championship fight. And then he got back down, I think. And then he lost it and he went back up and he eventually became a champion. It was beautiful. You got to watch
Was I right? Was I right in hearing that Conor McGregor is going to come back to fighting finally?
Yes. He's, I think, 303. I think he's coming back. Yes.
Oh, nice.
And a person he's set to fight against actually is I'll look it up. I remember it was really cool who he was going to fight against. I think it's Michael Chandler. It's Michael Chandler.
Yeah, it is. Yep,
it's already set. It's the main event, bro. Like Conor's coming back. He's got the main event.
Welterweight, yeah.
Like think about that shit.
Interesting. He'll break his leg again. Watch.
Nah, man, he's good. He's good. He's coming back. He just came out Roadhouse. You already know.
But have you heard all the people saying, like, on the interview tours and like the press tours and being out in public lately, everyone's saying it looks like he's fighting a really nasty like coke habit because he's like shaking and he's like really aggressive in public and like he does like everyone's like he does not look good. All the interviews for Roadhouse, he apparently looked like he was like high on coke or like going through withdrawal or something.
No,
he was just like,
I don't know. Maybe he's going through withdrawals, but all I know is that the last thing I want to see if I'm a fighter is a coked out Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that motherfucker might bash your head in and not stop. Might knock out the ref too.
I don't know. Wife is in me DMs.
Wife is in me DMs. Your mother's in me DMs. He might say some extra shit. I don't know.
No, what would be killing me is when McGregor, when he said to that one dude, I forgot his name, when he's like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Who the fuck is that guy? The FOOK.
Yeah, it's a fook. He don't say fuck. He's like fook.
Yo, yeah, but hey, McGregor's a big boy now. He gotta lose some. He gotta tone up a little bit. He's looking a little big there. Gaining a lot of weight, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
I think he got jacked for that movie. That's why.
Yeah,
he did with Jake Gyllenhaal.
You gotta take it off now. I mean, shit, you're a little too big right now.
He's supposed to come back for 301. He's gonna fight Michael Chandler.
303.
Nah, we just had 300.
No,
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
gonna be back for
303.
303.
We looked it up. There's going to be two more.
Saturday, June 29th.
301's in May, 302 is early June, and 303 is end of June.
Oh damn! Oh, so this damn.
He got the
That's
main
mad
event. He got the fucking main event against Michael Chandler.
Really? I thought he was underneath. I thought he was like co-main.
He is the main fucking event. Come on,
shit.
Dana know what he's doing. Dana
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Him and Chandler got beef too.
Have
So
Connor come back and not put him at the main event. Everybody wants to see that shit, especially against Michael Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
Even Chandler knows it's a big fight for him too. He knows he got to fucking show up and show out.
He got to take that dub.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Chandler definitely needs that win if he wants to, boost his career up. No disrespect to the man because he's great, but he knows he needs that dub.
And then Max Holloway wants a Conor too. Max Holloway, Conor McGregor, he wants a rematch. So it's like, this is a great chance for Conor to come back in. If he can get a solid showing, you don't got to get a win, but you get a solid showing, then, you might get that fight against Max Holloway, which everyone wants to fucking watch after what Max just did. That's two fucking trash talkers, two fucking bad motherfuckers in the ring. Have them fight for the BMF title.
And they like to box. Both of them love to box, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, like, I get it. There's a lot of grappling sometimes, but most of the time in MMA, bro, motherfuckers get fucked up. So you just gotta. That's just where it's going. 2020s. That's where it's going. I remember when UFC first came out, I would skip the channel. I'm like, why the fuck am I watching two dudes? Blood all over the floor. This is brutal. I don't want to watch this shit. This is like late night television. I'm not fucking watching this. Skip the channel.
Late night television.
Max, what are you talking about? Jesus,
bro.
Yeah.
UFC every time UFC was on, it was always like fucking 11 o'clock at night. And you was scrolling through the HBO channels. You watching movies and shit. And
HBO channel. What you know about that, bro?
Bro, listen. Come on now. Everyone growing up knows you never went to the HBO channels after a certain time of night.
Nah, you just exposed yourself for being a horny ass kid, bro.
Come on, get the fuck out of here.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Fuck out of here. Right? I remember when we first got the HBO package. I was like, I want to watch some movies. I fucking skipped it. Oh shit! What is that?
It's all right because you're right. We were all those kids at one point. I'm gonna do a throwback right now.
Listen,
do you guys remember
right now?
Do you guys remember before we had satellite cable and all that? It was a broken, and by broken I mean hacked. It was a hacked, all black cable box with the black remote. Do you guys remember that?
Was it the one with the buttons on the top?
Yes, like it was just a regular.
All the numbers in the red front.
Yes, with the red on and off button, and it was just a black remote.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. I remember.
Bro. People in the hood
as a kid.
That.
Yeah, of course. And I remember the adult channel was channel 59. I'll never forget that shit, bro.
see, motherfucker, you talking about me? You remember the fucking channel number? You remember the fucking channel number?
I damn well do, bro. Because we all been there. Come on now, everyone's been there, bro.
You just knew, right? Like for me at first, I remember the first one was like whenever I stumbled on Adult Swim, I was like. I would stumble on Adult Swim, some crazy shit was on. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? There's mad blood, screaming, cursing, boondocks, whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it would just be like, all right, like, yo, I gotta, let me skip that. The volume is up. And then, sometimes you just scroll. I remember the first time I'm just scrolling, bro. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And then I remember one channel was like, all right, movie.
Porn.
Fucking porn, like yo, like what, just fucking like 20 levels up, like immediately, bro. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And I just like skipped the channel so quick, my heart came out my throat. Volume was a little up, so I was like, oh shit, like what was that? And then next thing you know, you go to the next channel, and it's like it's the same shit, and you still skipping. And then you get to the third channel, it's like UFC, it's like the MMA shit, and they just like I was just dropping elbows into this motherfucker. And back then they didn't have the gloves they do now. Back then, they gloves.
Oh yeah, it was bare knuckle. It was bare knuckle too.
I didn't watch it when it was bare knuckle. I remember
that was when we were like kids though, bro. Like when it was bare knuckle, we were like kids.
Yeah, that's not that. It wasn't bare. But they had these very thin gloves, bro. And the face of the guy, dude. I remember his face was fucked up, like bleeding out of both eyebrows, just like drenched blood all over his face. Dude was out of breath. And then like I just skipped the channel because again I was young. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I was just like, then from that point on, I was like, I'm never scrolling through HBO after 10 o'clock ever again in my life. Like it was just one of the most traumatizing experiences. I was like probably like 13, 12. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But yeah, good shit. You know, good times.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and all the hotel rooms had those channels, by the way, all of them. Fucking weird. People go on vacation all the time, and I would scroll through the channels, and then there was always that one channel at the end. I was like, "Why the fuck is it? What the fuck?" You know?
Because they already know people go to hotels, to get it cracking. That's all.
That's wild, bro. That's wild. I was in some fucking Holiday Inn. I remember. I think it was at Disneyland. I was at Disneyland at a Holiday Inn in Disneyland. My pops was like scrolling through the channels, and then like I'm not like there, but I'm like close. And I'm not looking, and I knew what I heard, but he skipped the channel real quick, and his face was like red. And I was like, "Yo,"
all you heard was,
"Yo, nah, that's what you heard." You don't even hear that. You know the sound you was hearing, and it was really quick. So then,
hey yo,
and then like I think he skipped it. I think he did skip the channel, but then the next channel was the same thing. So then he turned the TV off. He was like, "Just fuck that." He's like, "We ain't watching TV tonight." I was like, "Yo, can we watch something?" He's like, "Nah, it's not working."
Yo, I actually got a funny story about like porn and shit, bro. When I was Chris,
how did we get to this shit over UFC? I'm sorry,
because this is mad funny, bro. This happened when we were in high school. I lived in Brooklyn this year, so that was junior year of high school. This is when Step Brothers first came out, right?
Ooh, tumultuous.
And yeah, so my parents got on bootleg, so I was mad hype. I'm like, oh shit, they got Step Brothers. Like, all right, I can't wait to see it, right? So one day, I'm by myself at the house. I'm like, all right, they got Step Brothers. Let me watch this shit. Let me see how funny it is, bro. Put in the fucking CD, bro. I'll never forget this title because this shit became my favorite fucking movie with my horny ass. Not gonna lie. I put in the fucking movie. That shit was a porno. And it was called Booty Talk, bro. Yo, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, yo, no way. Someone left the porno. Yo, I was like, yo, I just want to see Step Brothers, bro. But fuck it, I'll enjoy this shit too. Like,
it was hiding these shit in the movies.
Literally, and when you're in high school, like that's like the gold mine, bro. Like you got a DVD, that's the fucking gold mine. Yo,
shit like yo,
Mar Hormones was crazy. That was
yo.
Hands down my favorite movie after that.
Yo, bro.
Yo, nah.
Man. Nah, bro. Junior high school was crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. Like, literally, when I saw, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, yo, no way, this is real right now. I literally pressed play. I was like, nah, this is dead ass. Like, it was legit. It was crazy, a full, bro. It had disc 1 and disc 2. It had options, bro.
Jeez.
Yo, oh my god. Oh, Brendan, you part of triplets. I know y'all got some shit.
What?
I said you're part of some triplets. I know y'all got some stories, bro.
Not really, no, to be honest. No, we never had any of those channels or anything like that on our
fuck
TV.
out of here. Y'all never found them. That's the problem.
No, trust me. I'm sure we looked.
Oh, damn, so me and Chris are just degenerates, bro. Like,
we just never had any of those.
You got the parental guidelines on and shit all the time.
No, we just had like a basic cable package.
Yeah,
Brandon had to find out through Pornhub, bro.
Package, you'll find it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you found the hub like at an early age.
Nah, you wouldn't find it. Nah, I'm bugging. Nah, I don't think basic cable was worthy of that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think they never had that. You had to have like the hacked
one. It was like up until channel 24 or some shit, and that's it.
Well, I didn't have that. I had up until channel like we had like Cablevision out on Long Island, and I had up the channel like up to like channel like 70 or something like that. But nothing like beyond that. So
it was a lot of paid programming at the end.
Yeah,
I had Cablevision. Yeah, Cablevision was the shit back then.
Word.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times indeed.
Word. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all choose this last topic. So we either got Alpha Male Boot Camp, or I want to give y'all a rundown about hip hop and the disses.
Well,
or we could do both. Fuck it.
What?
What? Who said I?
Brendan was about to say something.
Oh no, I said or we could do both. Like fuck it. Like whatever.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I was gonna say if we had to choose, I would prefer to do the Alpha Male Boot Camp because I think that's just like so fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, like I actually been saving it. I mean, it's pretty quick, so we could probably get away with both, low key. I'm not gonna lie.
Get it.
All right, so okay. Alpha Male Boot Camp. Brendan, this might trigger you.
I guess. I mean, I just think it's just supremely
Brendan
stupid.
And all the videos, the fact that was on the topic list.
All the videos coming out, like all the videos you've seen online of like the people like again.
Oh, so you've seen it?
Yeah, of course, I've seen the videos. They just like they pay these people to like treat them like shit, and it's so funny. they're all just like weak little men, and like it's just so funny. Like them being abused, they're like paying their abusers, and it's just really funny.
Sweet little man is crazy.
No, but he's right though. Like
I know.
It's so like it's moronic.
Oh,
and yo, they pay like $10,000 to like $20,000 for a weekend, not even like a week. First off, if you paying somebody to bully you for a week, you got mental issues, bro.
Yeah.
Like join the military if you want to get bullied, bro.
Yeah, for real. Do something at least something good at.
They pay you in the military to bully you. These motherfuckers pay to get bullied.
No, dead ass, bro. Like the most popular one, I think it's like a week stay, only a week, 7 days, and it's like $15,000 to $20,000, bro.
Yo,
and these dudes dead ass pay it, and they got these motherfuckers sleeping in fucking sleeping bags on the floor and shit, bro. Motherfuckers getting hosed with water, being called a bitch the whole time, like. Like, yo, if you wanted that treatment, go to the military where they will actually teach you some real shit and how to defend yourself and survive. But these motherfuckers are paying $10,000 to Joe Schmo.
How sad their lives must be to have gotten to the point where they feel like they need to go to like they think that like that is the way one that men should act. Like
I'm sorry.
What
ahead,
what
I'm
kind of lives?
Imagine, picture this. Imagine you as a man with 3 kids telling your wife with a straight face, you know, babe, I'm not feeling manly enough. I'm about to spend $20,000 for a 7-day program to become an alpha male.
You don't deserve.
I need to get back in touch with my alpha side. Like, dude, fuck off.
Listen,
that's so stupid.
All of you out there that decide to think that this is a good idea, understand
it's not.
The Alpha Male Boot Camp is not for you. It's for the people that you're paying. It's a boot camp for them to be alpha males, at least what they think.
To make money and abuse weaklings.
Yes, it's a boot camp for them to practice on you how to be an alpha male. You will never be an alpha male like the people who are berating you every day. Right? It's just not going to happen, especially if you only got it for a week or a weekend. And on top of that, they take your money. They take $20,000. It's the biggest scheme I've ever seen in my life.
On top of that, Chris, right? You pay them like $15,000 to $20,000. Let's just say $10,000 to $20,000, right, for the week. On top of that $10,000 to $20,000 does not include your travels, does not include where you're sleeping at. It does not include food. You're paying $10,000 to $20,000 for them to treat you like a drill sergeant, like as if they're a drill sergeant just talking shit to you. And you mean to tell me I'm gonna become more alpha by being belittled by a dude that thinks he's alpha? Get out of here, bro! Stop it. That's crazy,
bro. Check this out. All right. You ready? You ready for this shit?
Yeah.
All right. I searched up Alpha Male Boot Camp, so I went to one, right?
I'm sorry.
This is actually their website is one of them to sign up. Okay, now they're trying to sell you on what they're trying to It's on you, right? So it's called Rise. Ruthless integrity and simple execution. First of all, fuck you. That is so stupid. And it's a Phoenix icon. All right. Where men, capital and bolded, fight for the life they crave. Right?
Oh my God.
It says you will gain certainty and confidence.
Shame.
Learn the systems that build and maintain your peace and security. What the fuck? Find new capacity and potential within yourself to accomplish all you desire. And involve new habits towards abundance and success versus fear and scarcity. Oh man, I can't even read the rest. This is so fucking ridiculous. It says smile, laugh, and live life again with authentic experiences and actual joy. What the fuck?
Yeah, what?
Yo. All right. And then they all, I swear to God, they got all fucking U.S. Marines in the pictures. I'm gonna share this page with you. It's literally just fucking U.S. Marines on the picture. Like, these ain't the motherfuckers that gonna show up. Oh my God. I'll send it to the podcasters. You gotta put this shit up. Give them free promo. I don't give a fuck.
I just don't understand. Like, how is it that, don't you think that you're paying that amount of money to be quote unquote an alpha male? Don't you think that's more emasculating as opposed to making you more masculine? Because I feel like to be a quote unquote alpha. Oh Lord, stop. I just feel like in order to be a quote unquote alpha or just a strong human being in general, you gotta find that shit within yourself, bro.
Yo,
there's no amount of people. You said what now?
I hit the apply now button.
Oh my God.
Yo, if they come and kidnap me in the middle of the night, you know what happened.
Oh my God. You did, Brendan, what do you gotta tell the people for that shit?
I mean, I just think it's just like such a sad existence that one must live to come to the point where they need to go do that. So I don't know whether to like laugh at them, feel pity for them, feel angry at them for existing, or like, you know, it's just, I hate it. It's just so stupid. It is just everything about it. Although, like, I don't necessarily blame the people that run those things because, like, it seems like it's an easy way to like con a bunch of idiots out.
Brendan, you hit the nail on the head, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, it's a smart business.
Capitalism is a fucked up thing. But
exactly.
Hey.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I wonder how many of the people that run those camps are like actually just faking the whole alpha male bullshit and just like
of course,
doing it to attract the people to like get their money. Like that'd be such a smart. Honestly, I should do that. I could do that.
Fuck it, do it.
Like did you see the link? Did you see the Phoenix?
Shit, hold up. I'm gonna check. Hold up.
Did you see the Phoenix?
Oh my God.
Why do it look like the Hunger Games?
Yo, they dead ass paid some motherfucker $25 to say, yo, make me a logo.
That's a fiber.
I could make this shit in Photoshop in 5 minutes. Yo.
Nah, they are dead ass. Like reading it for myself.
Look at all the Marines in the picture.
It says literally like this is the order. It says where men fight for the life they crave. Have all that matters. You will gain certainty and confidence, clarity of purpose, courage and endurance, connection to like-minded men. Pause. No Diddy.
Yo, there's a lot of Diddy. There's a lot of Diddy in that picture right there. I'll tell you that right now. Yo,
I mean, hey, like if you really,
Bieber, I hope nothing happened to you, bro.
Oh man, poor Justin Bieber, man. The Biebs.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of pictures circulating. That man looked like he.
Bro, there's videos, man. There's videos. It's sad, bro.
Yeah.
Well, good transition to the next topic. Hip hop. I already spoke about the disses. I'm gonna do a quick rundown because I remember before the show. Excuse me. Damn, that was a crazy burp. Before the show, Brendan asked me like, is it about relating to like Diddy and shit? No, not necessarily. Basically, Kendrick, as everyone knows, he did the song. Well, he did the feature for the song Like That with Metro and Future, and basically what he did was talk his shit. He said, "Fuck the big three. It's just big me." Obviously, big three: Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. It's a lot of history. This beef has been brewing for like, I would honestly say, like 10 years. It stems back to the Control verse back in 2014. If you guys haven't heard Control, go back, listen to it. It's a Big Sean song. You can only find it on YouTube. It's not on streaming services. You got to go to YouTube. Basically, on that song, Kendrick called out, Big Crit, J. Cole, Wale, Drake, A$AP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, Mac Miller.
Oh man.
Yeah, he called out mad people on Control. A lot of the hip hop fan base that got called out, meaning Mac Miller, Tyler the Creator, Big Crit, A$AP, they took it as, it's hip hop is competition. Drake was one of the few that took it personal, and he felt like it was fake for Kendrick to say that. From there,
drama. He's from Degrassi. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Drake. That's just Drake. It is what it is. And the thing is, Drake took it personal, and he felt like, that's fake. Why are you gonna call it out? But people forget that hip hop is competition, and there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's healthy competition. It turned toxic because Drake from then on has been dropping subs, and you know how Drake disses people. He does subliminals. He's been doing subliminals for everybody for God knows how long. And granted, it'll be like 1 or 2 bars. A sub is a sub, whatever. Everyone knows how it gets down. So when Kendrick did Control, a lot of rappers came out of nowhere dropping songs because they're like, it was hip hop. It stirred up competition. After that, Kendrick dropped. Well, he didn't drop, but he was on the BET Cypher for the 2014, I believe, Cypher with TDE. He was not supposed to rap. Schoolboy Q confirmed that Kendrick wasn't supposed to rap. The day of the BET Cyphers, Kendrick pulled Schoolboy Q to the side, and he rapped the verse to Schoolboy. Schoolboy was like, go ahead, do it. He did it, set the internet on fire. Ever since then, it was been subs. Kendrick sparked it up again by saying what he said. Drake took that shit personally, dropped, the first song called Push Ups, where that's the drop and give me 50. Hey, drop and give me 50. That's that shit, which is fire. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was fire, bro. Like, I'm a Kendrick fan. Like, I fucking love Kendrick. I like Drake too, but to me, Kendrick is the best right now.
Yeah, on one of these clapback songs.
Drake's been wildin'. Like, he really's been wildin', and it's crazy because it's like,
man.
He dead ass is trying to back Kendrick, and I was saying this. I'm like, I don't think Drake. Don't get me wrong, Drake is nice, but his style. The thing is, people, when it comes to hip hop, it's a battle of styles. So Drake's style is witty, clever, over your head. You're not really gonna catch his bars until you really think deep. Kendrick is lyricism, where it's like triple entendres, crazy vocabulary, rapid pace, and his bars hit, Drake is, you can catch on quick, but he has bars that you're really not, is going to go over your head, So it's a battle of clever and witty versus lyrical entendres, right? And flow. Granted, they both got their own flows and they both have their own delivery. So that's kind of a stalemate there. But the main style, like I said, clever, wits, over your head bars for Drake, entendres, punchlines, delivery for Kendrick. Now, the issue is Drake really is fighting like a 20v1. It's like literally Drake is Thanos of hip hop. Metro Boomin, Future, The Weeknd, Kendrick, they're like the Avengers going against Thanos right now, right? So that's why if you listen to the song Push Ups, Drake says, yo, what the fuck? Is it a 20v1, nigga? Like, cause it's really, and Rick Ross also, replied to Drake.
Bro.
So Drake, he started wilding. He dropped Push Ups, and he basically was calling Kendrick out, saying like, yo, like, all right, you supposed to be the boogeyman, come out then. Then he dropped another one where he used the Tupac AI voice and the Snoop Dogg AI voice. And then Drake rapped the third verse. Granted, you could tell by the flow, Drake wrote the whole shit. It's him rapping. It's just he used AI to cover the first 2 verses as Tupac and Snoop, because those are Kendrick's idols. To me, that's kind of lame because, let the dead rest in Tupac. But then Snoop Dogg is like, yo, if Snoop didn't clear it, he can low key sue if he's like that and if he even wants to, you know. But Rick Ross, he's the only rapper, pretty much. So Drake is trolling. That's his whole. He's trying to troll to bait him to like, yo, hurry up, say something. Come on, you was talking all that shit. You haven't said nothing yet.
He's in the lab already.
Yes, and on top of that, on that second song, Drake even said it. He's like, yo, I know all of y'all are in on it. So whenever any of you guys want to say whatever you guys want to say, meaning, you know, Metro, Future, whoever else said something, he's like, the moment y'all drop, I'm already loaded. So just so y'all know, when y'all drop some shit, I'm already clapping back. This ain't only for Kendrick, because I know it's like 6 of y'all in the studio. Rick Ross is one of them. Rick Ross
got
is
my picture when y'all cooking. I know he got
that
my
too.
picture in the studio,
you know, yep.
Bro.
And Rick Ross, he clapped back within 24 hours. The thing is, Rick Ross is saying that, yeah, I mean, it was I fucked with it, but when you compare it to Drake's shit, Drake sounds more like that too, and Drake's shit sounds more like a hit. That's the only way I see Drake winning. If it's a hit, which so far it's like that. It feels like that.
Drop and Give Me 50 is crazy, bro.
Do you know why he said that?
No.
Okay, so the rumor has it for Kendrick Lamar when niggas in Paris. I hear you. Yeah. So the reason why he says that is because for clarity, when Kendrick was signed to Interscope, mind you, Kendrick was signed to TDE, Interscope, and I believe one more. If not, I might be wrong. Like, but the whole
right now,
yeah, the whole thing of dropping Give Me 50 is because whenever Kendrick drops a single or whatever, Drake is saying the label takes 50% of that. So Top Dog, which is Punch, like Punch, he's
splits.
Yeah, he's talking about the splits. So he's like, oh, drop and give me 50% of your revenue. That's why Drake was saying that as like taunting him. But now people get it twisted where it's like, listen, I understand y'all are saying Drake is cooking, which he is. Drake is wilding right now. But you also got to put it in perspective. Kendrick gave you one verse. That 150-second verse caused your favorite rapper Drake to drop 2 diss tracks. So who's really mad right now?
Listen, I just look at it. That's Drake though. Like it's the styles.
But that's the issue though. Like when people, I understand it's Drake. Drake is gonna go ham regardless. But my issue is with the fans is that's a cop out, bro. When it's beef and you're counting bars and what they're saying, fuck the exposure shit. I don't like that exposing shit. Cause beef and hip hop is supposed to be whose style is better, right? That's originally what it was. Who can rap better? Give me the fucking bars, bro. Fuck the exposing shit. I mean, granted, it's cool for like, you know, it's cool for exposure and shit, but who's gonna rap better? Cause that's really what it is at its core, you know? Mm-hmm. But with Drake fans, no matter what Drake does, he still sold more records, so it doesn't really matter. Of course it matters if you're talking about beef. Because when all right, Pusha T won though. But people say, nah, that shit was trash. Okay, but your favorite rapper, Drake, even said it. Pusha T won. He said on the podcast. It's a cop-out, you know? Like I said, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, but if Kendrick loses, he fucking loses. I already have him losing right now by default. He ain't saying nothing yet. It's been like a week to 2 weeks.
But you come on. Nah, take that shit back.
No, it's true,
you can't
though.
Have him losing
bro,
right now
it's
by
true,
default.
though. No, it is true, though, Chris.
Come on, bro.
He ain't said nothing yet.
You know he gonna drop.
I know he's gonna drop, but as it stands,
he ain't losing.
Nah, he is.
He winning.
If you listen, he's not. He's not, bro. If you listen to what Drake is saying while trolling him, yo, he's dead ass hoeing him right now,
bro.
And that's a fact.
Do you not think that Kendrick about to come back?
No. I know he's gonna come back. But I'm just saying, as of now, since the more silent he stays, the more of an issue it is. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, because you got I'm looking at like he in the lab. He cooking it up.
No, he is in the lab, but at the same time, Drake is dead ass talking shit the whole time, and he still haven't dropped.
So but then it's fair, like a Cat Williams kind of thing where he's exposing all this shit, talking all this shit,
but you ain't denying it.
You ain't denying it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're not saying that. You're not even tweeting about it or nothing. Like,
but to be fair to Kendrick, to be fair to Kendrick, Drake didn't respond this whole time until now.
Well, he was on tour though,
so don't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, he was.
You
on
mean
tour.
to tell me you was on tour for 10 years and couldn't say nothing back?
Well, damn, yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, when you put it like that,
so to
play Kendrick gonna wait 10 years though.
Yeah, to play devil's advocate.
Hopefully,
to be fair to Kendrick, I get it. But as the way it stands now, by default, Drake is up 2-0 because Kendrick hasn't said nothing. Now, when Kendrick drops, that's different because now you got to judge. Okay, who went harder? But as of now, by default, Drake is up 2-0.
Oh yeah, of course. By default, yes. That's technically yes, he is. And I hope J. Cole could somehow get back to 1 and 2 at least.
It's over. Kumbaya Cole, just chill, bro. It's all good.
He gonna do something. He gonna do something. But he's. I feel like on the fall off, like when it comes, it's gonna be not aimed at Kendrick and everybody, but it's gonna be aimed at everybody who talk shit about him for apologizing. You know what I mean? So, which is gonna backfire even then, because then that's like people who are fans of you just turn on you because they felt betrayed by you acting like that, like bitching out like that. But J. Cole has said it throughout his career. He's never been that kind of guy. And it was very clear that, see, the one thing I don't buy is that he was, influenced into doing this by the media and shit like that, and he shouldn't have been and all that. Nah, nigga. You write your lyrics. You get into the booth. You record. Maybe record a few times. Then you go through the process of getting the song on all the platforms, putting your legal team together to put the song out there. You're giving me like there's way too much that goes into this process where you could be like, oh yeah, I was influenced by them. I probably shouldn't do it. No, nigga, you don't put a song out in like 2 minutes. It's not like you just heat of the moment. Like it took you a while. You put it out, so he shouldn't have apologized and done all that shit because it's like you went back on it. What he shouldn't have done is just released it in the first place. It would have been much better for him if he just stayed quiet and say nothing and just kept releasing music. Maybe throw some subs here and there. You know what I mean? So yeah, J. Cole definitely out. I hope he could get to 1 and 2. I hope he could do something that could help him, just kind of get to close to 500. But
I got you with that right now. Actually, you guys remember Eli, my roommate that's the singer.
Yeah.
Basically, if you guys new listeners, Elijah Rosario, dope ass singer, one of my close friends, fucking love him. Check out his music on Apple and Spotify. I was talking to him the other day about this. Same thing with J. Cole, and he put it into perspective where I was like, I could understand that. Basically, some people take it as a cop-out, but I think is the most logical explanation as to why J. Cole backed out is because he's with the competitive shit, but we got to understand that he realizes between that whole rap beef, it's going to get personal. At that point, when it gets personal, it's not competitive anymore. J. Cole is a competitive rapper. When it comes to personal shit, you already know he don't really fuck with that. And I took it allegedly as a cop-out when it's like, oh, you had all that energy when you said it, but now you copping out saying, nah, it bothered me to do that. But when Eli reiterated to me, I understood it. It's basically like to J. Cole is, okay, it's getting personal. I'm cool with both of y'all. I'd rather save those relationships as opposed to just getting personal and violating each other. So when you put it in that perspective, I get it.
I can't, but because he went through the whole process of releasing the song. He was thinking about all that his whole career.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on the same boat where it bothers me in that perspective.
Like you can't. A lot of people try to bring that argument out, and it's just like you can't because of the fact that he ended up ultimately releasing the song. You just can't.
I said the same thing. I agree. Yep.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with him. Definitely curious to see what Kendrick says. I think Drake is just wilding right now. He's got a lot in the chamber.
Yeah,
ready to go. And Cats is afraid of what he got to say.
Drake right now is Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's missing like
he's Cat Williams. Gen. He's Cat Williams right now. He got a lot of shit. He's Cat Williams before the Club Shay Shay interview. Like people keep fucking with him, and he keeps saying like, "Yo, stop fucking with me. I got shit." You remember? He's like, "Yo, this ain't even the real. This ain't even it. Don't wake a demon up." I think that's what he said towards the end of the song. This ain't even all I got to wake a demon up. Like
we got one more diss, by the way, but continue.
Sorry,
I just had to throw it out there.
Yeah, we do. We got to get into that one because that was crazy.
Y'all heard it?
The Chris Brown and Quavo one?
Yes, you heard it?
I heard it.
Brendan, did you hear it?
No.
Brendan, this shit is actually hilarious though.
Nah, all right, Brendan. Chris Brown is the only rapper that went straight direct, no subliminals, as of now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went straight direct and he called out Quavo, and one of the bars that he said was respect to Takeoff when he died. Along the lines of basically, we all wish it was Quavo instead of Takeoff that got killed. That's what he said.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah,
tell him the name
bro.
of the song, bro. This is where it gets crazy. Tell him the name of the song.
The weakest link.
Oh my god.
There's one thing I won't let Chris Brown get past. Is the fact that he talked about Quavo beating up women. Nigga, you the last person to talk about anybody beating up women.
Yeah, for real.
Wait, but time out. Remember, Quavo put hands on Sweetie. I mean, he didn't like put hands on her where he beat her up, but you know, he pushed Sweetie away. You know,
you don't know what happened.
Elevator is still a bad look. Oh, so Jay-Z knows what happens in the elevator. Solange looking at you.
Listen, bro. He did some shit. To this day, people need to understand. Beyonce forgave that man.
Mm-hmm.
He did some crazy shit.
Yep. But Chris Brown, yo, he wowed out.
Yeah. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see.
Yo, he disrespected Quavo to the max, bro. Like, he just disrespected the fuck out of him, bro.
It's a little bit scary on that front, though, because it's like...
He's an R&B dude.
Yeah,
he wilded out.
But I'm just talking about, like, there are lines that you don't cross, right? Like, we hit him up from Tupac.
Listen, I understand that argument. However, when it comes to rap beef, and if you really want to get gully...
not that guy.
Whoa, he definitely is that guy. Don't
listen.
He's
great. He's great at music. Right?
Chris Brown. Yo, Chris Brown is like that. Chris Brown really is like that, bro. I understand where
he is. He's fucking with people who are like that.
Listen, we understand. I know we grew up with the "excuse me, miss, I saw you from across the room." I get it. We grew up with that, but he's like that. Like he's gangster.
Bro. He don't live it.
No.
He don't live it,
bro. I'm telling
you. He ain't about that life.
He don't live it day to day. I'm not saying Quavo lives it day to day, but
Chris Brown definitely does, bro. Look up Chris Brown's beefs. Remember, he pulled up on somebody in the parking lot. I forgot who it was he had beef with. He pulled up on the parking lot. He was ready to scrap. Chris Brown's about it, bro.
I don't know.
He really is. I'm telling you, just do your research, bro.
Listen, I feel like that nigga will come into a fight, be like, "How am I supposed to be with no air? I can't, bro. Can't take him seriously."
Like I said, I understand. We grew up with that, but Chris Breezy, he about it. Don't sleep. Just don't sleep.
Way, if he's about it, whatever it is, there's certain lines you don't cross, right? He crossed it. He's about it. Let's say he's about it. Whatever it is, violence is a thing in the culture. Like he might feel immune or whatever it is, but it don't matter. Someone's gonna get hurt. And he touched a lot of nerves on that fucking song. Like he said a lot of shit that was like, yo, you know what I mean?
He walked out.
And it's only the type of like the direction like that, like what you said. He's the only person that went direct, no subliminals. Like just like the type of direction he's taken is so direct and so like fuck you. Like to say that we wish it was you instead of Takeoff.
That's crazy.
Like that's a level you don't like. It's not that you don't go to it. You don't go to it if you're not prepared for the shit that comes with that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say? That's like when you
that's fighting words.
Yo, when you do, it's not fighting words. That's shooting words. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's people when it's on sight. Like they might shoot your car up. You know, they might. You know, you might have a Tupac situation where they had a light and a car pulls up and throws lead into his vehicle. Hopefully it's bulletproof. Maybe he got some presidential shit. I don't know. But he better not be rolling around nowhere thinking he invincible or it's going to be another Nipsey Hussle situation. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Nip. But at the same time, it's like if people are out to get you, they will get you wherever you are if they want to. No one is immune to anything, especially if you don't treat it, unless you sitting out here like 6ix9ine and you got security, right? The people out there say, "Oh, why you have security? You a pussy." Well, you know what? It's because of this shit. If you know what you don't have security, I hope Chris Brown got security because the shit that he just pulled off, that shit not sitting well with nobody, bro. Nobody.
Yeah, that's kind of scary to think about, bro.
I'm sure he's not scared of nothing, bro. But how many times you seen people who not scared of nothing get taken out? There's always some other dude also not scared of nothing that want to prove something.
We all saw Stomp the Yard, you know.
We all did. Listen, all I'm saying is that Chris Brown officially putting himself. I mean, I'm sure he's had a lot of beats before, but you putting yourself in a situation now where it's bro, that Quavo, that takeoff shit puts it into an emotional atmosphere where shit could happen that could be very unfortunate. That's all.
Yeah, it could go south real quick. You know.
But
Brendan,
you
like,
about that, bro? You about that, bro? Yo, Breezy, my guy,
I'm telling you, Chris Brown's about it. But Brendan,
walk around with no fucking security. Walk around with
he ain't
no
gonna do that.
Vest. Well, if you really about it, you want to say shit like that to another grown ass man about his friend, some tragedy that happened. You about that? Like, walk around with no fucking security. Then let's see what.
You're asking to get shot at that point.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're gonna get shot at with security or without. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I feel like we're past the day and age where you do shit like that. But I guess Breezy really went like that weakest link. Like, to name the song "The Weakest Link," bro. My God.
No disrespect to Quavo or nothing, but
he is the weakest link.
It sucks to say, like, I ain't saying that. It's just word on the street is that when it came to the Migos, a lot of people used to say Takeoff is the best rapper.
Oh, he was Quavo, the best. They admitted it themselves.
Yep, they said Takeoff was the best rapper. Quavo had the best hooks, and Offset had the best flow. That was like, that was their thing, you know. So, but then to just wild out and be like, people are saying they wish it was you instead of that's crazy, bro. That's that's wild.
You're talking about people that are in an environment where one of their dudes actually got shot and killed.
Yep.
Fucking Chris Brown never been shot at.
He ain't been shot at, but he has had shootings like in his shows.
Come on, man.
I mean, it ain't the same, but he's been around it, you know?
One side had a dude get shot and killed.
Yeah, that's sad
RP
Takeoff.
But it just shows you the environment they in, that guns is even present. I'm sure.
Rest in peace, Takeoff, man. Breezy. That was a sad day, bro.
I'm sure guns is present around Breezy, but at the same time, it's like, I hope you're right. I hope he about it, because if he gets shot at and I see him ducking, crying like a little bitch, you should have never said that shit about Takeoff. I didn't think I had respect for him, but I lost more respect for Chris Brown after that shit. You could talk about Quavo all you want, bro. You ain't got to talk about Takeoff.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to say, but that's
hip hop,
rap beef, bro. It's hip hop. You know, anything goes. You know,
I'm happy. I'm happy for it. You know, there's a lot of beef.
It's interesting right now. But Brendan, if you haven't heard that shit, like, I know you're a smoker, so just light up and listen to that shit. You're gonna be like, that's crazy.
That shit Grateful Dead level, bro.
Yeah, that shit is wild. It's only like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but he got everything off within that time frame, so he did his thing. For those of y'all listening, Weakest Link, that's the Chris Brown diss to Quavo. Push-ups and tailor-made freestyle, that's Drake to Kendrick. Rick Ross did Champagne Moments, I believe it's called. That's Rick Ross dissing Drake. And then obviously J. Cole did 7 Minute Drill, but they took that shit off streaming platforms. You might have to go to YouTube for that if you want to hear it again. Those are the main 5 disses, I believe. Because J. Cole got 1, Drake got 2, that's 3. Rick Ross 1, Chris Brown 1.
And we still have yet to hear an actual diss track
from Kendrick.
Yep.
Oh, Quavo did respond to Chris Brown. Not to this one that Chris Brown just dropped. He did. I think Quavo was the first one to send shots through a song. I didn't know the name of it though. But he only had one bar that went viral, and that was the one talking about obviously Chris Brown beating on women, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know the name of that Quavo diss, but I'm pretty sure you can find that on YouTube. But that's all the hip hop beef as of now. And that's all I got for y'all for this episode.
What a fucking episode, man.
Damn, 2 hours. Look at that.
Is this a first? Is this our first 2-hour episode?
I'm not sure.
This is our first 2-hour episode on the dot.
I see we're capped at 2:03 right now. I think we did 2 hours before, but as far as us three alone, this is definitely our first.
Lots of content, free flowing, packed with shit, opinions, all that good stuff. Feels good to
This is a banger, yo. Like, this was really a banger. I missed you, Brendan. Like, damn.
I know. What can I say? I bring a lot to the table.
Yeah, motherfucker, you better.
Look, even if Brendan don't bring nothing to the table, just him being here feels right. You know, I don't give a fuck if he don't say nothing, you know? Like, he's just here. That's what it is. That's what matters.
Hey, man, I just want to watch Fallout, honestly. I'm hyped about that shit right now.
Yeah, I highly recommend you do.
That's what I give Brendan. Like, Brendan's opinions on shows and media, he be on point with that shit. So, like, take his opinion as tried and true.
All right, well, you know, I'm just going to sit in a fucking corner, you know?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, y'all both do, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's just...
All right, I go to Brendan too for that shit. I don't go to him for cooking shit at all, but, you know...
Oh, my God. Listen, let me give my co-host his props, you know? Like, you of course, you get your props too, bro. Like, we all do our thing, you know? It's just, at least, you know, when Brendan... I'm not saying you don't do this. I'm just saying, when Brendan gives his opinion, you know he ain't gonna bullshit you. I'm not saying you bullshit people, Chris. All I'm saying is Brendan is straight to the point.
Right now?
No, I'm literally clarifying that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's calling you a bitch.
I'm not. Man. I am not. Without y'all two, this wouldn't be Life is Strange. All right. Like, yes, I started alone, but without us three, it's not LIS. All right.
Nah, man, it's just life.
Yeah.
Yo, nah. You know what?
Yo, I'm on fire, bro.
No, stop it. Stop it. No, stop.
I thought you're kicked off the show.
Yo.
You're done.
Yo. Listen, Brendan is I'm strange. I'll leave it at that.
What, so I'm life?
I'm is.
Life. Brendan just is. He's just there. He
Damn.
Just good shit. He just is.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. I'll give him that.
And I always do the strange shit. I'm not gonna front.
Oh man, well that's all we got for y'all today. Plugins.
I don't even know what I was saying. Anyways, Filmic_gaming on YouTube, Filmic_gaming on Instagram, Filmic Gaming on YouTube. Working on part 2 for Spider-Man Symbiosis. First one was a lot of fun to watch. I actually sat down and watched that one myself, and I was like, God damn, this is like from beginning to end, pretty action-packed, good flow. So I'm working on a part 2, one I'm most excited for out of this 2-part that I'm doing. And I guess I'll give a little bit of a look forward to the next project. It's definitely going to be working with Final Fantasy 16 one more time. I've had a story I wanted to work with from that game for a while. It's going to be the Benedicta story. I'll work on that. And I'm definitely going to make a insane edit. I have the soundtrack already ready for it when that time comes. But first is part 2 to Symbiosis Spider-Man 2 as we cap off our videos for Spider-Man.
Wait, time out. Like, I don't think I've ever seen, just a real quick rundown, I don't think I've ever seen Final Fantasy 16, you said?
Yeah. I had one video come out with that. I was from the first few levels of the game. It was, what was it called? I had released a trailer. It was the first time I actually released a trailer for one of my videos, followed by the video itself. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was let's see.
Now, which one is that one? That's not with Noxus, right?
No,
that was what, 14?
No, that's Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, so that's the one before. I didn't even. That's why. Okay, I was saying I didn't even know they dropped it.
June last year. But it's the most recent one. Actually, the second most recent because Remake Intergrade Rebirth, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth came out recently. But yeah, I made Damnation. That was 8 months ago now. But yeah, that was the first video I made of that. It was really fun to make. I never went back to it. I did Ghost of Tsushima after that, then Dead Space, and then Spider-Man Last of Us Part 2. I worked on Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, Mad Max, and then back to Spider-Man. So I will be going back to Final Fantasy 16. A lot of people like that video, especially on Instagram when I dropped that. And yeah, we'll keep going from there.
Damn. All right, nice. Well, real quick, for gaming, Brendan, I don't know if you're still fucking with Baldur's Gate 3, but they released a new patch where they added new content.
Oh yeah.
I haven't checked it out yet, but people are saying they added a bunch of new stuff like side quests, and I believe weapons. I had to go back into that. And just real quick, also, Chris, have you been still playing Dragon's Dogma 2 by any chance, or
no?
Just like no. Damn.
I want to get back into it. But I've had a lot of shit happen that derailed me from getting like first of all.
Yeah, of course.
Chris, don't you have so much free time? What are you talking about?
Fucking free time my ass, asshole. I wish.
Wait, Brendan, did you get there Dragon's Dogma or no?
No, I didn't know because when it came out around the time my dad had his accident. So
100%. Yep.
Ever since.
It didn't release in the best state on consoles, anyways.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Better
now.
Yeah, that's true. But however, now they haven't been really crazy updates. At least my shit updates automatically, so I wouldn't know. But since you haven't bought it yet, it's a good game. However, it can feel tedious like Skyrim. And I mean tedious in the form of exploration, where there's no fast travel system. I mean, there is a fast travel system, but there's like prerequisites to like do it. You need like they're called fairy stones. You need that to like fast travel, and also you need something, I forgot what it's called. It's like a portal crystal. You need that. You need both of those things to fast travel. The exploration is amazing though, but it just feels tedious because if you end up in a bind where it's like, all right, I got to go back to town to change my class and update whatever my weaponry and stuff. If you're like in the middle of nowhere exploring, you're gonna have to walk to go. If you don't have like a fast travel setup, you're gonna have to walk all the way back to like the main city to wherever you want to go. So it can feel tedious, but as far as it feeling like, it's flashy, it's like a JRPG style, like it's interactive like JRPG, where you press buttons and do your combos, and you upgrade your character and all that. You have your special abilities bind to your, I'm on Xbox, so it's XABY, but you gotta hold LB, I believe, to use it. But but you still have some type of combos though, depending on the class you are. But story is there though. The story is better than the first one. Granted, I never played the first one, but people say compared to the first one, it's way more interactive and it makes more sense. Still a solid game. Out of 10, I'll give it a solid 7 to 8 max as of now. But it's solid. It's a good game. It could just feel tedious and kind of overwhelming at times. That's the only gripes I have with it.
I can see that.
Yeah, but it flows way better than the first one because I seen the first one's gameplay and it kind of feels clunky. The second one feels more fluid, and it kind of makes more sense the way they did things. So like, I would say if you're gonna get Dragon's Dogma in the future, I would say get on Black Friday for sale. Don't pay full price for it. Just because some of those things is probably going to turn you off because it can just feel tedious like Skyrim. Skyrim is only tedious if you didn't explore and get those fast travel points. So for new players, it feels tedious. But once you play for hours, it doesn't matter. However, Dragon's Dogma, that's just non-existent. You need stones and portal like crystals to make fast travel viable, which sucks. Besides that, it's solid.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into it at some point. Definitely. There's a lot of games coming out though. That's gonna we got Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 coming out.
That's gonna be crazy.
First. That's a month, literally a month from now. So that's creeping up. I have a backlog that I gotta get through. That's crazy. Especially Final Fantasy 7. I haven't even tried Rise of the Ronin yet. Yeah.
I think you should wait on Rise of the Ronin, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm waiting for sale. I mean, I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
You heard it's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to see
what
what
Ghost of Tsushima.
It's a very worse Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, like Ghost of Tsushima, like spoilers.
That's coming out on PC, Brendan.
What?
Ghost of Tsushima is coming out on PC soon.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Coming out in May. It's gonna be awesome.
Damn. But so Brendan, anything you want to say on your first day back?
I'm just happy to be back and able to be back.
How do you make a grilled cheese, motherfucker?
Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. You already know it's a bait.
Right. I'm not even gonna indulge him.
Well, what was Chris' New Year's resolution like a year ago? What was it? Ignore the hecklers.
Yeah. It was. Holy shit, we were doing it for that long. Wow. Yes. It was ignore the hecklers. This year it's heckle motherfuckers a lot. So
oh Lord.
Yeah.
He's back to doing film like don't know how to act.
Yeah. Yep, you already know. You know, gotta make sure I bring out the best in people. And for Brendan, it's at least if you could cook something, but you know.
Listen, I already posted the proof on the page. I don't think Brendan got to prove anything else.
Exactly. You can't post pictures. I need videos of this motherfucker cooking.
I posted the videos that he sent us.
No. Videos of finished food, motherfucker. Come on. Let's get this. Listen. Y'all want me to have
those are the videos he showed us. It was finished food.
Hat on. Okay.
Oh Lord.
All right. Everything about it. I could dissect everything about those videos. It's not this motherfucker cooking it. All right.
Yo, Brendan, please
gonna be
please just start a cooking channel. Yeah, or that, like live stream.
Listen. Even live stream, AI is crazy nowadays. I don't believe it.
Oh my god!
Oh Lord, Chris is gonna be in your chat. Like, okay, you flipped the burger once, but can you do a triple flip on it though?
Are you the same beast and a different animal? You know, some type of Kobe shit.
Stop. What the fuck does that even mean, Kobe Bryant?
Listen, exactly. You're welcome.
Oh,
so
Lord.
This summer, you got you gonna barbecue at some point. I need to be there.
Okay.
Or be square.
Yo, right. Chris, you said it like 4 times, and every time it came through, you never showed up.
I showed up to his crib one time, and it wasn't cooking time. I guess I don't know.
No, because Chris, remember you came at like 10 o'clock at night.
Exactly, I was about to say that.
Fuck. I think it was because Martino was coming from the Mets game. But listen,
it was exactly.
At 10 o'clock all the time. I was kind of waiting for you to kind of like fire up the stove or something. But your ass was like fucking tired. I don't know what the fuck was happening. You don't fucking cook. I think that's what it is.
No, this is really baked.
Cooking your brain, but you don't fucking cook food, motherfucker. I see.
No. Yeah, right. I'm convinced Brendan gets smacked out of his mind, and then he's like, you know what? I'm about to bake some fucking cookies, and then he just goes to work. You know, because you know when you get high, you get real innovative.
Exactly, and I just know what to do.
This motherfucker get high and just say, I want to watch some good TV.
That too.
Bullshit. Well, I mean, this is two truths. Shit, but all right, that's what we got for y'all tonight. As you know, lifeisstrangeshop.com. Get your hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, beanies, dad hats. Use the first time 10 for the code of 10% off. First time 10. If your orders are over $60, you get free shipping. And yes, they stack as long as your order is over $60. Follow the Instagram page at Life is Strange Shop. Whoa, Life is Strange Pod. The shop is lifeisstrangeshop.com.
I see what you're doing, man. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm over. I almost fucked up. But just to reiterate, one more time, lifeisstrangeshop.com, Life is Strange Pod for the Instagram. And with that being said, Life is Strange.